Jacobson for the point.
Back to Bennett through the block and down.
Active pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome everyone to Enderlin, North Dakota, where the only thunder in the foreseeable forecast as of now is slated to begin when the Finley-Sharon Page Spartans face off with the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons. TGI Friday night, everyone. It's Friday Night Football. As I'm Derek Zimmerman-Geyer, Leaf Bakken to my right, and thanks for tuning in tonight's coverage of North Dakota High School 9-man football at Enderlin High School here at Hendrickson Field. The second week for North Dakota Preps High School football and Leaf Bakken's debut on yourliveevent.com. We'll talk to him later. As in the world of Week 2 football for North Dakota, we have two teams with two experiences very different in the first week of the season. A 22-14 defeat at the hands of Cavalier for Enderlin Maple Valley. However, the Falcons last time against the Spartans in the 2020 campaign found themselves at this stadium with a 28-12 decision over the Spartans. As for the Spartans, they defeated Tri-State handily, 54-18, with 11 sacks on the defensive side and 4 rushing touchdowns by running back Blake Jacobson. It's different this season, however. Finley-Sharon Page, Enderlin Maple Valley. We'll tell you all about these two teams and then some coming up on our Coach's Comments segment on our Iron Insurance pregame show. This is North Dakota 9-man football coverage on yourliveevent.com. Welcome back to yourliveevent.com, as it's now time for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. Derek Zimmerman-Geyer, Leaf Bakken here with you today at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. Our Irie Insurance pregame show begins right now, as we'll get that graphic playing for you. Get it nice and snazzy. There we go. That's beautiful. Leaf, let's get right to it. It's week 2. We have not seen these teams yet this season. Both teams had very different experiences in week 1. Here today, they play with Finley-Sharon Page shellacking Tri-State at Fairmount High School at 54-18. For Enderlin Maple Valley, a 22-14 loss at the hands of Cavalier. Leaf, it's the debut for both teams on yourliveevent.com this season. It's your debut on yourliveevent.com. Your initial thoughts as you look here in our pregame warm-ups.
You know, looking both teams going to be pretty strong, and we'll hear that in our coaches' comments here in just a second, too. You know, I want to take a step back to last year, and when we look at the record, when we look at Finley-Sharon, Hope Page, they were 3-6 overall on their season last year, and they played 2 more games than their opponents, Enderlin, Maple Valley. So talk about different experiences in week 1. How about different experience when it comes to the whole season of last year? Only 7 games played for Enderlin, Maple Valley, and they were 4-3 overall, 3-3 in the region. Jumping back to Finley-Sharon, Hope Page, they were 2-6 in the region. Once again, 3-6 overall. The last game for Enderlin Maple Valley of that season was against this team, and so just kind of interesting. Like you said, a strong finish for Enderlin Maple Valley, but starting off just a little bit hesitant and a tight game, which we'll hear from Coach Hoots in a little bit talking about last week.
That's right. These two teams squared off in what was the Falcons' final game of 2020, and that was the Falcons' first winning season dating past way back before 2013. As you said, for Finley-Sharon, Hope Page, a 3-6 season with 2-6 in the region. Region 1, that is. The Spartans bumped up to Region 1, 1-4 on the road, and 2-2 home mark. They averaged 23 points per game and gave up 33. Right now, they hit the 50 mark this season for the first time since 2019. Not a long stretch, but it could feel longer after a 3-6 COVID-shortened season the Spartans and the Falcons both had to endure. But enough from us. Let's see what Coach Larry Fontaine for Finley-Sharon, Hope Page has to say, seeing the Falcons here for the first time this season. Now joined by co-head coach Larry Fontaine of Finley-Sharon, Hope Page, just arrived here at Henderson Field. Coach, initial thoughts, initial feelings?
Hi, good afternoon, buddy.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's a beautiful day. Nice night to play football. Looking at the field, not too impressed with the, be honest with you, with the infield, but it is what it is. I guess everybody's got a plan. It looks like it might be a little rough, in planting and whatnot, but hey, we're here. We're going to play football. We're going to play hard.
What was your style of play in week 1 when you took down Tri-State 54-18? More run, more power?
Just power. Just run. We got a 3-back offense. We got Blake, Wyatt, or not Wyatt, excuse me, Zyler, and Cody. You know, we got 3 talented backs. We got Liam as a first-year quarterback, did really well, played well for us last week, and yeah, we're going to run the ball and run it until they stop us.
Who were some key players besides your new quarterback with Satcham that stuck out in that week 1 victory?
Well, obviously Blake had 4 touchdowns. We only ran the ball 10 times because we really didn't need him. Blake ran the ball. You know, he's a threat to break away every time he gets the ball. He's a threat. Trevor Thompson played really well on the line. He's going to play a little. He's a little banged up today, but he's going to play some defense. He's quick off the ball. He's quick off the line, and Dougie Grier played really well. I don't know how many sacks he had. We had 11 sacks last week as a defense. And our key is getting off the ball, speed. You know, we don't have a lot of size, but we have some speed, and we can get off the ball. We'll have a good shot today because we're giving up about 60 pounds to these guys. But it's going to be, speed. If we can get off the ball and beat them, we'll be all right.
Let's talk about that weight difference, especially on the front line in the trenches. The defensive line for Enderlin Maple Valley, at least all of them are 6 feet plus and ranging from 195 to 245 pounds. What do you tell your guys? Obviously get low, but what else can they do to get off the ball?
Well, it's just speed. I mean, we work on it all week. It's just watch the ball, get off the ball. I don't care how big you are. If you beat them off the ball, you're going to win. And that's what we have to do. Cavalier played them well last week, and if we get off the ball, we'll win. If we don't get off the ball, we're not going to win. It's that simple. Because we can't go up with a manhandle, because if they'll manhandle us like last year. 81 took care of Coney really well. He tried to take him on head on, and it just didn't work. This year, we're going to go low, hit him low, and get off the ball, use our speed, and hopefully that'll be enough.
Trey Wall, their quarterback, seems like a standout player. Last season against you guys, rushed for over 100 yards. Looks like he's on pace to do something like that this season. Not against you guys specifically, but keeping up the way he was playing last year. How do you contain him and replicate what Cavalier did last week?
Well, we're going to have Cody Reamer on him. He's going to shadow him. Cody's a great football player, 4-year starter. Cody's going to shadow him and stay home. They run a counter. Enderlin Maple Valley, they just run right at you. So we're going to stack the box during the throw. We're going to run the 53, 44, and plug the holes and stay home. Got to stay
Coach, what momentum are you guys building on after that week 1 win? What really stood out, and what can transfer over that you could possibly replicate here against the Falcons?
Well, I think our first 2 plays we scored touchdowns last week. Our 2 touchdowns in the first 3 plays, so if we can get out to a quick start, that'd be great. We're just going to play hard. These kids are hard-nosed football kids. It's the last year of the co-op. It's the last year they're playing together. They're fired up. They're ready to go. We got some good leadership in Blake and Hayden and Cody, and we got some kids that have played football. We're ready to roll.
Coach, any final thoughts before the game?
No, it's going to be a slobber knocker today. We just got to get off the ball. If we can get off the ball, our defense last week had 11 sacks. We played well. We tackled well. If we can get off the ball, contain them, and stop the A and B gap, we'll be okay, I think.
All right, Coach. Roger that.
Roger that, bud.
Thank you.
Day.
Thank you to co-head coach Finley-Sharon Page's Larry Fontaine. His team 1-0 on the fledgling 2021 campaign, set to take on Enderlin Maple Valley, the Falcons 0-1 on the season. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Nathan Hoots with Leaf Bakken. After this is our Iron Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com. Welcome back to our Iron Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com. TGI Friday night, everyone, here at Hendrickson Field, Enderlin, North Dakota. Finley-Sharon Page takes on the hometown team, the Falcons of Enderlin Maple Valley, who are 0-1 on the season, but knocked off the Spartans last time these two teams squared up. That was on Friday, October 9th, 2020. Seems like a long time ago, a 28-12 victory for the Falcons. And let's get right to the Falcons head coach, Nathan Hoots. Leaf Bakken talks to the head honcho for the Falcons.
Leaf Bakken here on yourliveevent.com, and we're talking with the head coach of the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons, Nathan Hoots. And Coach, let's start off with a little weather update. As I looked at the Fingal end on site, almost an inch of rain the last 2 days, a little bit this morning, sunshine on the football field, and it looks like things are dried out. The field looks beautiful.
The field is in really good shape. If we would have had to play 24 hours ago, it might have been a different story. But the sunshine we've had since about noon has really been good for it. It's dried up nice, and it's, they take care of it all summer long for amateur baseball and Legion and stuff like that. So it's always in great shape. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, and now we're into the second week for you guys. Unfortunate loss last week to Cavalier, 22-14. It must have been pretty close all the way through to be low scoring like that, and only one touchdown off.
Yeah, it was tight. They went up 14-0 on us. We got a big score right before the half, with about 8 seconds left to cut it to one score. had a pick six in the third to tie it, and then they scored halfway through the fourth. So yeah, it was nip and tuck the whole game. They just had a couple more big plays than we did, but execution-wise, in the first game of the year, in the monsoon that we played in, I was really pleased, especially with the quality of team that we played.
So from the Cavalier game last week into this game, what's the takeaway that really needs to be emphasized for your team to come out on top?
We got to be physical. Beyond impressive watching Finley-Sharon Hopage on tape. The way they physically dominated Tri-State all game last week. It was troubling to watch as an opposing head coach, just how they kind of just took the hearts right out of Tri-State and never let them breathe, and it was impressive. They rammed it down their throat all game long, and it's kind of the game plan that we want to have. So it's going to be probably a quick night for you with two teams that like to run the football. So if we can match their physicality, I like our chances.
You know, looking at your roster, 6 seniors, 6 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 6 freshmen, 5 freshmen, that's a lot of leadership right there. So I'm guessing you have a pretty good shot at it, and I'm sure these guys are ready to have a full, complete season as well.
Yeah, a lot of those seniors and even juniors, this is their third year of playing and contributing at the varsity level. So when they came in day one, they knew the expectations were higher than they have been in the past, and practice-wise, we've lived up to that. Hopefully we can get in the win column tonight to live up to a little higher expectations that we have this year.
Any special guys we need to watch, Coach, that you really are impressed with so far early on?
Well, it's tough to overlook. Clay Hovelson had a really good game for us last week, carried the ball 19 times for 80 yards, and had that pick six that was kind of a game changer for us. Offensive line-wise, we got 4 sophomores that rotate in those 3 spots. Those are the guys that, if you are a viewer at home, you want to pay special attention to. If those guys can be good for us, we'll have a good chance, because they're young, but they're strong, and when they put their mind together and they work as a unit rather than 3 individuals, they're pretty solid. So watch out for those 3.
Great to hear. Similar question, similar vein, I should say. We can watch the game, of course, to find out, but any secret weapons, any secret plays you think will work here against this team in this game?
Yeah, lead. That's what we're hoping for. A lot of lead, a lot of dive, keep it between the tackles, and whoever wins the 3 and 4 hole tonight's going to win the game.
Awesome. Coach Nathan Hoots, he's the head coach for the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons. Best of luck tonight against the Finley-Sharon Hopage Spartans. So best of luck, Coach Hoots, and looks like your team's ready to go.
All right, yes, we are. Thank you for having me.
Thanks once again to Coach Nathan Hoots of Enderlin Maple Valley for taking the time here in our pregame coaches' comments on our Ari Insurance pregame show for YourLiveEvent.com. Looks like Enderlin Maple Valley won the coin toss, and they will receive the ball going right to left on our dial here in front of you. And when we come back, we'll break down who will start the games for both the Spartans and the Falcons with our Norman County Implement starting lineups after this on YourLiveEvent.com. Under 5 minutes left here on our Iron Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com. Let's give a special shout out to our new scoreboard sponsor at Pioneer Seed, Keith Irie, 701-798-0315. Please give Keith your business, and thanks for him for sponsoring our scoreboard. First time here on yourliveevent.com. Let's get to our starting lineups brought to you by Norman County Implement. You can find them off Highway 9 in Ada, Minnesota. Norman County Implement starting lineups. Start with Finley-Sharon page. On the season 1-0, starting at quarterback on offense is Liam Satcham. He is a junior at 5'10", 160 pounds. His end is Dylan Reamer, a fellow junior, number 2 at 145 pounds. Satcham, number 7. His other end, number 14, Drew Osmo, a fellow junior once again at 6 foot on the dot, 175 pounds. In the backfield, Jack Thompson at 6 foot. Number 12, a senior standing at 6 foot and weighing 165. Zaire Carlson, the junior tailback at 5'10", 190, number 13 in the backfield. And running back Cody Reamer, number 21, a senior at 5'8", and 180. For the starting defense, for Finley-Sharon page, they run 5 defensive linemen. Doug Greer, number 5 defensive end, a senior at 6'4", 165 pounds. Hayden Hushka, number 52, senior right next to him at 5'9", 205. Grant Irie, number 77, senior 5'10", 180. Brooks Braun, number 33, sophomore 5'7", 175 on the scale. Number 14, Drew Osmo, junior, 6 foot on the dot, 175. That's the defensive line for Finley-Sharon page. Now for the 3 linebackers, Zaire Carlson, joined by Jack Thompson and Cody Reamer, and their safety is Dylan Reamer. Once again, the linebackers, Cody Reamer, Jack Thompson, Zaire Carlson. Behind them in the defensive backfield is Dylan Reamer. Our Finley-Sharon page starting lineup brought to you by Norman County Implement off Highway 9 in Ada, Minnesota. Now time, Leaf Bach can take over for Enderlin Maple Valley's starters.
Thanks so much, Derek. As we talk about the Falcon starters here in the quarterback slot will be number 6, Trey Wall. He's a junior and stands at 5'8", 165. A couple of running backs. We got Clay Hovelson, who wears the number 22, also a junior, 5'11", 175. Cody Gill, the other running back, a senior, 5'9", at 155, wearing the number 20, if I didn't mention that already. Fullback will be Marty Rohrbeck, wearing the number 12. He's a junior, 5'8", 165. Tight end will be Evan Richmond, wearing the number 81. He's a senior, standing at 6'1", 195. And Caden Ammerman, wearing the number 5, he'll be the wide receiver, a junior, 6'3", and 180 pounds. Offensive linemen include Riley Bissett. He's wearing the number 64. He's a sophomore, standing at 6 foot, 265. Brendan Bartholomew wears the number 88. He's a 6 foot sophomore, weighing 260. And Aiden Glarum is wearing the number 77, also a sophomore, 6'2", 250. So young starting lineup, as we heard, or front end, I should say, as we heard from Coach Hoots. But it'll be interesting to watch. We'll just jump over to the defense as well, talk about Bissett, Bartholomew. They will be in the front line as well. Evan Richmond also up there. We're also going to see Cedrius Alcox. He is wearing the number 63. He's a senior and stands at 6'2", 245. Caden Amerman will be one of the defensive backs, along with Cody Gill. We'll see Trey Wall as a defensive back as well. And then the 2 linebackers will be, that is a Paul Airseth. He's a senior at 5'8", and 170, wearing the number 10. And then we'll see Clay Hovelson, number 22 once again, in that linebacker spot. So there's a rundown on your starting lineups for Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons as we're getting close to being underway with this one, Derek, here on yourliveevent.com.
Thank you very much, Lee. You just heard our Norman County Implement starting lineups here on yourliveevent.com. Thanks once again to Norman County Implement. You can find them off Highway 9 in Ada, Minnesota. We're just a few ticks away from our national anthem here at Henderson Field for week 2 of North Dakota 9-man football. 1-0 Spartans, 0-1 Falcons. Let's talk about the Falcons. Their star quarterback from last season, returning leading rusher Trey Wall, Now, you think of a quarterback, leading rusher, well, 9-man football, that's what you got.
Yeah, well, in 9-man football, as many folks probably watching enjoy 9-man football, know it's a running game. There's not a lot of passing, unless you've got a really good quarterback and some good receivers, and you are going to see that. And so a running quarterback is not uncommon in this game, especially when it comes to this level of North Dakota 9-man football.
We'll talk more about Trey Wall and the Falcons as they gear up to open up their home season at Henderson Field. Right back after this, after the national anthem on YourLiveEvent.com. Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Here at Henderson Field, Finley-Sharon page being introduced, the starters for both the offense and the defense. Here in Enderlin, North Dakota, Derek Zimmerman, Geyer, Leaf, Bakken with you for YourLiveEvent.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, also powered by Halstead Telephone Company. When we left off, we were talking about Trey Wall, the starting quarterback for the Falcons, the returning leading rusher for said Falcons. Last season, he had 432 rushing yards in just 7 games. And in this very game against the Spartans, 102 rushing yards on the ground as well, along with a pair of scores. Leaf, this guy is the main problem the Spartans are going to have to deal with. How do they stop him?
Well, of course, the big thing is what we talked about is that line's got to break through. And as a former lineman myself, you remember to stay low, you break through that line, and you open up holes for your linebackers. If you as a lineman can get to the quarterback, 1, that's a success. 2, opening that hole and getting it there for the for yourself to get to the quarterback. I mean, you're golden in that situation then.
As the train passes us here at Henderson Field, the Falcons being introduced on their home turf for the first time in 2021. Henderson Field for the Falcons. We'll talk about the Spartans and new quarterback Liam Satcham. He takes the place of Owen Zerfus, who graduated in the spring. A lot to carry on there for Finley-Sharon Page in their final season as a co-op. The team that's been a co-op since 2007. A lot to play for, the brotherhood between these players. And they will show it off against the Falcons, a team they are looking for vengeance against after the 28-12 victory for EMV in 2020. Leaf, when you play a team that second to last game for the Spartans last season that knocked you off like that, it was 20-6, 1 point, a blowout. What do you think has changed for the Spartans in 1 year's time?
Well, I think they've got more experience under their belt, and we heard Coach talk about that a little bit. And you also have the experience coming off of a big win, so that really gets some fire in your belly coming into this one. Not only the loss from the game last year, but now you've got a huge win last week, 54-18, and then you come into this one and you've really got your confidence up. And also, Derek, don't forget, as you mentioned, it's their last time as a co-op, and so they're really fired up, ready to go into this one.
We're harping on the offense for Finley-Sharon Page when we talk about putting up 54 points, but the fact is the defense did its due. 11 sacks to complement 4 rushing touchdowns by senior tailback Blake Jacobson, who comes into this game with a little bit of knee soreness, but it looks like he's good to go, according to Coach Larry Fontaine, co-head coach, along with Andrew Keynes, and assisted by Rob Schliffel. As for Enderlin Maple Valley, head coach Nathan Hoots with Eric Bertzett, Cade Coombs, and Tyler Schlett. EMV won the toss. They will receive the ball going right to left. Kicking off for Finley-Sharon Hope Page is number 31, Calvin Satcham. Also a cornerback and defensive end, number 31, puts the tee down. We are just moments away from week 2 kicking off here at Hendrickson Field. Leaf, final keys? Anything before your YourLiveEvent.com debut?
Well, I'm just excited to be here with you, Derek, and ready for YourLiveEvent.com and some football, 9-man football. Reminds me of home. That's what I played. And I think the biggest thing is listening to both those coaches about what it's going to take. It's going to take some heart, going to take some guts, and a lot of hard hitting tonight, and I'm sure we'll see that. And just going to take some hard hits and being tough out there. So we'll see how this all pans out here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm glad you're not sick of me yet. We've already been together on that road trip for an hour and 40. Back deep to receive the kick for EMV, Cody Gill, number 20, and number 12, Marty Rohrbeck. He's also a fullback for the Falcons. Calvin Satcham ready to kick off, and week 2 underway here in EMV. It's going to be fielded by number 20, Gill, right along the sideline, going right to left at the sideline, breaks a tackle and slips away, and he's finally corralled down at the 31-yard line. That's where the Falcons will set up shop.
Reamer and Jacobson there on the tackle to help out, so they'll get each a half assist there, and good job running that down. Hard to see on this one side. Going to be an interesting field to play on. That far corner that we can see here on camera as well is a little bit shallow. You can see there's a hydrant back there, so a little bit tough on that far side, but a good field. It looks in really good shape, Derek.
Here's our first look at the Spartans offense as well as the Falcons defense, and a big thing to harp on, the defensive line for the Falcons. Tall and big, absolutely built. Under center, Satcham. He will hand it off, and up the middle it goes to number 22, being dragged down for almost no gain on the play. And only maybe 1 yard to gain for number 22, Clay Holvison.
Cody Reamer on the tackle again. I think we're going to be saying his name quite a bit, Derek, as he's been in on the last 2, and we've only just started the game.
Holvison takes it for 1 yard, 2nd and 9, 33-yard line. Wall, under center, I formation. Fullback and tailback, Holvison in the deep backfield. Receiver out wide to the far right. Here's an inside counter move back in to Holvison, and he slips up for another 2 to 3 yards.
That time the tackle going to be Trevor Thompson. He's a senior, standing at 5'10", doing a good job getting in there. Jumps up with excitement. Glad to get that, and it'll be a 3rd down.
Official carry of 3 yards on that play. It's 3rd and 6 for EMV. At the 35 on their initial drive. Single back, 2 ends to the left. Once again, Wall under center. That's Emmerman out wide to the left. Here's a stretch play to the left to Holvison. Breaks 1 tackle and is finally taken down at the 40-yard line, and he will just be a few yards shy after Cody Reamer takes him down.
Yeah, Reamer once again with a good tackle, and I'll call that 1.5 yards in my book, Derek. So if you're Coach Hoots, I think you want to try to go for it here. You've been doing a good job the last few plays of breaking through, and that's not much to get past. 2 yards to go, we'll say, and make it a 1st down and keep on rolling down the field.
It's officially 4th and 1 at the 40, a 5-yard gain. The train needs to come for Enderlin Maple Valley to find that 1st down as the train track here gets a little loud behind us. Wall is going to go under center, Holvison behind him, by himself. 2 receivers split out to the left. Wall surveys the defense. Blitz may be coming. Wall's going to take it himself, stutter step back, but he will find the way past the sticks for the first down, first of the day for the Falcons. Wall calls his own number, and the Falcons are still in business.
Big tackle there for Gear, but couldn't get him slowed down in time. So a good push there by the offense of the Falcons, and I was a little worried he might not stretch enough, but the officials stopped that just in time, got that chain moved, and here we go, some more football on the way.
So our first down of the evening. Now I formation with Caden Emmerman split out wide to the right. Back to pass as well. He's going deep for Emmerman. He's got his step, and he's got the catch slipped through his hands. He beat the defender on the far right side. That was Jack Thompson, and it's second down. He put it right in the breadbasket, Trey Wall did.
Yeah, nice little up and over for Wall into the hands, but just slipped through. Hey, good coverage by Thompson as well. You got to give him a little bit of credit for playing some tight defense, and you make a wide receiver is the word I'm looking for, a little nervous when it comes to playing that tight.
Emmerman has the height difference there on Thompson, 6'3" to his 6'0". We'll go back under center in a single back with Wall. Now put in motion. This is number 12, Marty Rohrbeck, and it's given up to the right side and a tackle for no gain. Probably a loss in the gain right there on that carry by Hovason. Looks to lose a yard, and it's 3rd and 11 at the 43. Hayden Hushka on the play.
And once again, we're seeing Cody Reamer in there as well. So diving in, and you're exactly right. We're going to have 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Falcons of Enderlin Maple Valley.
Second, third down for the Falcons. Looks like Thompson comes out of the game. That is Jack Thompson, the senior cornerback. Single back. Rohrbeck, the wing on the right. Wall under center. Play action. And he is going to be absolutely snuffed down for a sack. Screaming off the right edge, Hayden Hushka and company bury Trey Wall, and it's 4th down and long.
Yeah, now this is where Coach Hoots is going to probably bring in his punt team here, and we'll see a little bit of a change of pace. Unfortunate there, you just got caught up in the pocket. Your line has to stay strong up front. Hey, but good job on the defensive side for the Spartans, who have that young defensive line breaking forward and pushing ahead.
4th down and 19. It's going to be Clay Hovason, the punter. Back deep for Finley-Sharon Page is running back Zara Carlson. Punt is up, and it's a squibber line drive. 2 bounce to Carlson. He takes it right at the grass in the 3rd. Got some blocks, and we'll find nowhere. He's cut up right at the 36 and possibly 37-yard line. Finley-Sharon Page officially at the 36 for their first possession. Still scoreless on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard at 701-798-0315. Spartans turn to shine here at Hendrickson Field.
Hey, you have to give credit here, Derek, too, for taking up almost 4 minutes on the clock there in that possession to start off the game. That's pretty good. And, again, working with a young offensive line, Coach Hoots is, and then against an experienced Spartans team, and they've got fire in their belly.
2 backs in the backfield. Offset, Jacobson, and Cody Reamer. And here's a quick screen pass over to Cody Reamer out of the backfield, and he takes it for a nice gain right there of about 6 yards.
Pushed out there by Cody Gill, senior, 5'9".
Satcham, his first attempt goes for 5 yards. Picked up by Cody Reamer. And a team that likes to run comes out passing. It's 2nd and 5 at the 41 in Spartan territory.
They'll have to be careful. Alcox was pretty close on this near end, putting his hand out trying to swipe that one away. So make note on that, Derek.
See if they can't open up the game with the Falcons underestimating their pass game. Hand up off the middle. There's a counter. Goes to Jacobson. Bounce to the left side. And bulldozes a man for the first down. Jacobson showing off his weight room strength for about an 8-yard gain there for the first down.
Looked like Marty Rohrbeck was the one getting off of the tackle. Good way to stop him, but he did get plowed over, as you mentioned.
First down officially for the Spartans. It's a gain of 6 yards for Blake. Nearing midfield, Finley-Sharon Page breaks the huddle. 7:40 and ticking here in the first quarter. Under center, 3 backs in the backfield. Satcham, hand off to Carlson, left side counter, and he'll take it all the way to the sticks and is bouncing, carried out of bounds for an 8-yard gain.
As folks can see on the screen, we've got the infield of the baseball field in our football field area. Coach Hoots was telling me that he's glad it dried up, but the rain probably softened things up over on the dirt over there, so that's kind of nice. But not very often you see a baseball field and a football field combined.
Coach Larry Fontaine said they will not run that way if they don't have to. First time they go officially that way into the dirt on the infield. Back under center, Satcham. I formation. In motion now, that's Jack Thompson. Here's a handoff up to the right side, now bouncing it and taken down right at the sticks is Carlson. It looks like he might just be an inch ahead for the first down.
Cody Gill, gotta love that sportsmanship as the senior helps up the guy he tackled. I like to see that, Derek. That's a big highlight for me, and good job on the defense. Unfortunately, if you're a Falcons fan, yeah, they got the first down. If you're a Spartans fan, hey, they're doing a good job running the ball here.
And now they're in Falcons territory after that 3-yard gain by Zyler Carlson, the junior. Satcham under center again, I formation. Now splitting out wide to the right side and officially hit the middle to Cody Reamer that is, and he's not going anywhere. They put in motion Carlson as a flare distraction, and it's only 1 yard for Cody Reamer.
Brendan Bartholomew, he got in there and grabbed the running back as soon as he broke the line, and that's what held them up. He had a host of Falcons help him out, and so that was nice on the help to stop that run and make it second down.
Starting the drive with a pass on a screen, and now all of these runs in a row. Once again, I formation. Here's a toss to Carlson on a sweep. He cuts inside now, turns on the jets, and pushes it to the sticks once again. He might just be shy 1 yard. A pickup of about 8 yards for Zyler Carlson.
Trey Wall playing linebacker tonight as well as quarterback, and he had a good tackle there. Brings up a third down, and looks like we're approaching the 6-minute mark left in this first quarter.
Officially a gain of 7 for Carlson. He has 18 rushing yards on 3 attempts. They're starting back. Long time in the huddle here for Satcham and company. Now they come out 2 yards ago at the Falcons' 34-yard line. First quarter. 3 backs in the backfield. Satcham under center. Carlson will take it in the backfield, makes a man miss off a blitz, and Carlson bounced left sideline and tripped up out of bounds. But now after the first down gallop all the way inside the 20-yard line.
Nice run there, good push out of bounds, and again, that side of the field a little bit narrow when you talk about having to deal with the dirt on that side.
That is an 11-yard gain for Carlson, 29 yards now for Zyler. Ball is at the 23. Goes out of bounds, the stop clock at 5:34. Satcham and company under center. Reamer the fullback. Here's a handoff to Carlson once again. Skids and jumps off one tackler and finds about a medium gain right there. A couple times now we've seen Jack Thompson go out in motion to the right side, trying to take the attention off of Carlson. A gain of 5.
Alcox and Richmond were in on the tackle there. They're doing a good job up front.
Looks like Jack Thompson will get a breather. Ball's at the 19. Efficient drive towards the end zone for Finley-Sharon Page. Same formation now offset with Jacobson and Carlson in the backfield. Reamer, the fullback. Satcham, handoff. Jacobson plowing, but roped down. A minimal gain, maybe about 1, if that.
Good tackle there by Hovelson and Ammerman. Caden Ammerman, the 6'3 junior, helping out there.
Jacobson will find 4 there. He has 10 on 2. 1 yard to go for the first. Carlson comes out and back in for Jack Thompson. And I say Carlson earned himself a breather after 5 attempts on this drive. Carrying the load, but they officially bring back Jacobson's carry 3 yards, so only a 1 yard gain right there. Now here's a sweep to the left side with Jacobson, and he is met right at the sticks. Nice form tackle and open territory by Richard Worrell. And number 12, Rohrbeck as well. And it's 4th and short. 4th and 3 for the Spartans at the 15.
Yeah, I like the way that tackle was set up. It was good, and it was right along the end there. And they stopped him from getting the first, so that's important. But with only 3 yards to go and you're in the zone like that, you got to go after it, Derek.
There's no field goals in 9-man football, Leaf. Unless you got a true
told
prodigy. Not in this situation for the Spartans. Ice formation, back to the right. That's Carlson. Hand off to Carlson. He stumbles, but he's being carried and plowing towards the stick, and he might have the first.
They will stop the clock and give him the first down.
3-yard gain for Carlson. Make it 4 for Zeiler. And new fresh set of 6 for the Spartans.
And just barely. They're just going to be about on the 2-yard line to get the next first, so that works out pretty well.
Ball's at the 11. Lucky number 11. Carlson with 34 yards. That's his 6th attempt. And just a yard shy of being first and goal. Satcham under center, offset backfield, ends to both sides. Puts a man in motion. That is Thompson. Going to be a toss to Cody Reamer, who has to split back inside. Staying on his feet with fancy footwork, but it looks like his knee hit down. And then he's finally swarmed anyway. And it looks to be a loss on the play for Reamer.
Holvelson on the tackle. Maybe some help there from Cody Gill as well for Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons.
Reamer loses 3 on that play. His 2nd attempt of the game. Looks like Jacobson is bringing in the call, and he's going to tag out with Zara Carlson. 2:40 to go in the first quarter on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard, scoreless here in Enderlin. Spartans and Falcons week 2. 9-man football. Split out wide to the left is Jack Thompson, the wing. Under center, I formation. Satcham puts his man in motion. Now toss sweep to Jacobson, who's got a blocker, but not enough. And he's carried all the way just to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 2.
Good job by Ammerman on the tackle there for the Falcons, and good job to get ahead of that tight end as well. Tight end's got to get out there and help a little bit better. And so interesting play out of I formation in my opinion as well, Derek.
Looks like Cody Reamer, the lead blocker there for Jacobson, just couldn't get to Ammerman in time. Jacobson officially gains 1 on the play. 3rd down and 12 on the 14. I formation. Satcham back to pass. No. Pump fake. He has a man open, but right as the ball gets there, a nice collision and a great play. Putting on the hit stick as soon as the ball got there, Cody Gill. He was looking for, looks to be number 10 for Finley-Sharon Page, Trevor Thompson. Incomplete pass for Liam Satcham. And it is 4th down and long.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Looking for a pass, and he was getting pressured pretty hard in the backfield as well. So a good option on the throw. His guy was there, but good defense as well. You can't discredit that.
See what the Spartans got up their sleeves. 2 receivers split out wide. Carlson to the right. And that's Thompson to the left. Single back is Reamer. Satcham back to pass. Has time. Right corner. Carlson in the end zone. Incomplete. Ammerman swats it away. And turnover on downs. Finley-Sharon Page gives it back to Enderlin Maple Valley. Not a bad pass from Satcham. Carlson had a play on it, had a beat on it. But Ammerman, standing at 6'3", towers over the 5'11" Carlson.
Yeah, that's pretty tough when you got a tall defensive guy on you, and we're playing football. So timing out all those hits and making everything work out. A good job by the Falcon defense there, and now they'll get to take over, and we'll see what magic they can work.
Turnover on downs. Looks like we have a whistle. Looks like Enderlin Maple Valley ready to set up shop at the 14, deep back in their own side of the field. Under center goes Trey Wall. Single back is Holvelson. Receiver out to the left. Handoff to Holvelson. Slips 1 tackle, but is buried underneath a plethora of Spartans for a minimal gain.
The initial hit there was by Trevor Thompson, 5'10" senior.
Just 1 yard for Holvelson on the 15 now. Clock is at 1:12 and ticking. Ammerman took a break after that breakup in the end zone against Carlson, now back in the game. Wall gets the play from Coach Hoots. under a minute now in the first quarter of play between these Region 1 and Region 2 teams. Finley-Sharon Page in their first season as a Region 2 team last year finished 7th, and Region 1, Enderlin Maple Valley, finished 5th. Wall under center, toss to the left side, now cutting it back in and back out, and staying on his feet is Gill. He'll carry the load for about a 4-yard gain, make it 5, pushing it up towards the 20 with 30 seconds on the clock.
Dylan Reamer helping out on the ankle grab there. Grant Irie helping out high. Turn into a 3rd down as the clock's going to tick down, and it looks like probably expire for our first quarter.
Gill's first carry of the game goes for 5, and it looks to be the last play of this first quarter, as you said, Leaf. At the end of quarter number 1 here at Hendrickson Field, Finley-Sharon Page and Enderlin Maple Valley locked scoreless 0-0 after 1. After 1, like I said, no score. Spartans and Falcons. We'll take a break and come back with our second quarter of action. Don't go anywhere. This is YourLiveEvent.com. A scoreless first quarter for both Finley-Sharon Page and Enderlin Maple Valley on our Keith Irie Pioneer Seeds scoreboard. In the first quarter in last season's game, it was 8-6 in favor of the Falcons. The Falcons won that game 28-12. The third quarter was the scoreless quarter between our two teams here tonight as we come back to a 3rd down and 4 at the Falcons' 20-yard line. In that game, Trey Wall for the Falcons, 5 of 9 passing for 55 yards and 1 touchdown. Now in his second drive with his offense. He'll be under center. Lone back behind him is Hovelson. Wing to his left. Receiver out to the left as well. Here's a blitz coming. Wall back to pass. And it's almost picked off by Zara Carlson in the flats. Diving for it. A desperate dive for the INT is no good. But it's 4th down and 4 for the Falcons.
Brings up 4th and 4 from the Falcons' own 20.
Well, 4th and 4, Derek, and you're way back in your field. It makes it kind of a tight choice here.
Emmerman already won, or excuse me, Hovelson already won punt, and it was a line drive. Not very far, but far enough. Now this one's going to be a bit more difficult at his own 20. Carlson back deep once again. Planted right at the 50-yard line. High snap, picked up by Hovelson. He'll boot it directly down the middle. Bounces past Carlson. Might have hit off his shin, but he will let it bounce all the way to about the 37-yard line. That's where the Spartans set up shop. Second possession for Enderlin Maple Valley. 0 for 2 so far. Haven't picked up very many first downs. I believe only just one so far. Trey Wall 0 for 2 in the passing game. We'll see Finley-Sharon Page with their second drive. Standout so far for the Spartans. Let's talk about them. Of course, it's got to be players like Zara Carlson, although he is, I don't believe he's in the game right now. It's Jacobson in the I formation with Satcham under center. Satcham will have a reverse, hand it off, and cut back up the middle with number 12, Warbeck, taking it. Excuse me, not Warbeck. That is number 12, Jack Thompson, who cuts up field for a medium gain. Now make it 7.
Rohrbeck helping out on the tackle was Arseth as well, so good job by those two on the wrap-up. Of course, I'm sure Coach Hoots not wanting them to get that much of a gain, but they've got another chance here on the second down.
Ball's at the 40. Carlson out wide to the left. Now goes in motion, handoff up the middle. We have a flag, first of the day. And now bullied over the right side. It looks to be number 28, Blake Jacobson, who has stood up right at the line to gain. Let's see what the flag is.
So the flag came right about as the ball was going to be snapped. So I'm
Taking offsides?
maybe there might have been some illegal motion.
All referees converge and confer.
Or when I say illegal motion, I meant illegal setup, like they didn't have enough guys on the line. So too many guys in the backfield, and that's a live ball foul.
Spot on. Illegal motion on the Spartans, first of the day.
Illegal motion against the offense.
First penalty by either team in this game, and that makes a 2nd and 3.
Pushes the ball
Now
back
a
about the 35-yard
2nd
line.
and 7. 2nd and 8 make it.
Brings up about
So
2nd
too
and
many
8.
guys moving in the backfield at the same time, Derek, which is also a live ball. I was trying to figure out in my head where I was at with that, but so can't move too many, one at a time. Let things settle down here, and we'll see what the Spartans do. They get to replay their second.
Hey, it's week 2 for them, but week 1 for us here on yourliveevent.com. Jack Thompson comes in for Zara Carlson. He's on the bench now. I formation once again for the Spartans. Satcham under center. In motion is Thompson. Handoff to Jacobson left side. Now bullies up the middle for a nice gain of about 6. And it's going to be 3rd and short.
Dylan Arset.
Looked
Arcef on the tackle.
Yep, Trader was also there, so good job by those guys on the stop, and it looks like we're back to where we were on second down, but this time it'll say 3 on the stick.
Officially a gain of 5. 5 carries for Jacobson, 14 yards. Short yardage to go at the Spartans' own 40.
One thing I appreciate so far, Derek, is we're not taking too much time to get our plays in, but we're not hustling either, so everybody's kind of getting an equal share here.
Thompson in motion, and it looks like the Falcons jumped, and they sure as right did. Looking for an official number 64 for the Falcons. That is Riley Bissett.
Offsides.
Jumps off sides and move it up 5 yards. First penalty against Enderlin Maple Valley. First down, Spartans first of this drive.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Bissett getting taken away on that hard count. But, hey, that's a good job by the Spartans to bring that in and make that happen. Fontaine was a good call there, I'd say, trying to just get past the sticks and make it work and, restart here. Get a good refresh page.
And Riley Bissett, a sophomore, so a young guy getting a little antsy on that front line. 3 backs in the backfield, toss to the right side. This is Reamer, who scurries right to the stick and is knocked out of bounds for a minimal gain.
Pushed out of bounds by the Falcons, number 5.
Looks like Doug Gear, the 6'4 senior, on the push out there.
Gear and Emmerman collabing on the play. Short gain of 1 yard for Reamer. They officially mark it at 2 on the scoreboard. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, if the Spartans are going to stretch it out like that, I think Gear's got the right mentality. Go out there with him, push him out of bounds. I mean, clock stops, but not much of a gain.
Same formation once again. Thompson in motion left side. Counter. Jacobson right side. Lowers the shoulder, but he is tripped up, and a great play looks to be made by number 22, Hovelson and company. Hovelson upended Jacobson, which is very hard to do with a big man like Blake. Blake stands at 6'1" and a load at 205, but Hovelson not too shabby himself at 5'11", 175, well-rounded.
You'd like to be past the 50-yard line here, Derek, on a third down, but you've got the run plays to work with and get past. But yeah, this is a big defensive stand that the Falcons are going to need to make here against the Spartans.
6 rush for Jacobson. He has 15 yards. We have not seen Carlson's number called in quite some time. He also has 6 rushes. I formation. Thompson the left side. Here's a toss to Carlson. Reverse sweep over to Thompson. Thompson cuts in back out. Puts on the blinker and is absolutely walloped by Gill at the stick. He loses 4 yards on the play.
I'm going to give the assist to Alcox as well. Really hard hit. Him and Gill working together for the Falcons. Dropping them back. Make it a 4th and 9 situation, Derek. Never where you want to be.
Officially a loss of 2 on that play. believe that was Thompson on the carry or Reamer?
Thompson got the reversal on that, so he was carrying the ball.
Thompson's first carry goes for negative yardage. Back deep is Gill to receive the punt from Finley-Sharon Page. That's Calvin Satcham, who finds the snap a little awry, but boots it off nonetheless to the left side. And fire is called, and it's a nice roll for Finley-Sharon Page right inside the 19. And I believe right at the 18, that's where the Falcons will let things roll with 7:32 in the second quarter. Still scoreless. It's week 2, and a team that just put up 54 points has nada right now on our Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
I think that just goes to show the strength of this Falcon defense, but also we're going to see this Falcon offense come onto the field and watch them work once again. So let's just kind of keep watching this one. And 2 equal teams so far, Derek, and I've been very impressed. I'm liking this 9-man football once again.
Spartans defense have been superb so far. 1 sack, courtesy of Hayden Hushka. Wall under center, Holvison behind him. Receiver split out to the right. Pack the pass, going deep his way to Ammerman, has a beat on it. Oh, what a grab right at the sideline over Dylan Reamer. First down, Enderlin Maple Valley. From the 18 to the 44, big pickup and the first completion of the evening for Wall.
Good job by Gill on the snag and Reamer trying to play defense, but what else do you do on a pass like that? I mean, it goes right over the top of his head. He's trying to block that one out. Here we go.
Gain of 26 on the play at the 44 near midfield. First reception of the day for Emmerman and first completion of the day for Wall. That big body wide receiver, Emmerman, at 6'3", and he's back in front of us on the right side. Excuse me, that's number 4. As here's a run to the right, quarterback keeper. It's Wall, hit out of bounds after a gain of about 4 yards at the 49.
Dylan Reamer there for that, along with Trevor Thompson on the help push out. Second down right in front of us.
Gain of 5 officially. 8 yards on 2 rushes for Wall, a quarterback who rushed for 102 yards against Finley-Sharon Page last season in this game. Only 2 rushes so far. A lot more passing than you might anticipate from a team of this stature.
I think they know, both teams know, that they've got receivers and they've got arm on their side, so I like it.
Under center once again, Wall, he's going to call his own number again, and he's not going anywhere. Right at the line of scrimmage, Wall reached out to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard, and it is 3rd down and 6.
Blake Jacobson on the tackle.
Wall, a slippery little feller. Number 6, he is a junior at 5'8", at 165. He kind of gets lost in that big offensive line and among that defensive line for Finley-Sharon Page, trying to find his way for a first down. Holvison, backfield. Gill, wing to the right. Emmerman out deep to the left and wide, and we have a timeout by Enderlin Maple Valley and Coach Nathan Hoots. Scoreless with a 3rd and 6 to go, 6:39 in the second quarter between Finley-Sharon Page and Enderlin Maple Valley.
Grain drying and handling, bulk fuel and oil, tire repair, and light mechanic work. Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator is a buyer of corn, soybeans, wheat, and sunflowers. Learn more by visiting finleyfarmerselevator.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Come back to a 3rd down and 6 for Enderlin Maple Valley. Wing set, Holvison in the backfield. Wall under center, Emmerman out wide to the right, and a false start on said Emmerman.
Penalty markers on the field.
Second penalty of the day for Enderlin Maple Valley. False start on Emmerman. Back him up for 5 yards. 3rd and long now for the Falcons.
Got to know the count, got to watch the ball. Buy a little time here on a 3rd and long.
Falcons come back out, I formation. Richmond, the tight end on the right, Emmerman out wide to the right. Back to passes, Wall, he's going right back at Emmerman. Reamer with the protection, and Emmerman sky high once again for the grab. A first down from the 43 to the 34. First down by Enderlin Maple Valley inside Spartan territory for the first time tonight. That completion from Wall, now inside the 35, now the 34.
Great job there, and Dylan Reamer trying to do his best playing defense, but when you stand at 5'9" and your opponent stands at 6'3", that's enough difference to make that catch happen.
Wall under center, Gill in motion, sweep to Holvison, right side, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to lose possibly a yard on the play.
Tackle by the Spartans, number 21, Cody Reamer.
That tackle by the other Reamer, that's Cody. He's the 5'8" senior.
33-yard line brings up 2nd and 9.
Officially picks up 1, 2nd and 9 at the 33.
Well, Derek, that really puts a lot of steam in your gut here to keep powering on. We'll see if the Spartans can recover from that. And it takes a little wind out of their sails and trades it over to the offense here.
Wall looking for those sails to set. Now inside to Holvison once again off the lead. And he is stood up by a pack of Spartans after about a gain of 2.
Yeah, good job by the Spartans on the hold-up. There was a good run there for the Falcons, and go until you hear the whistle, Derek, and that's exactly what everyone did. Some guys started to get in on that and try to help out and push forward, but officials take care of things. We got 3rd down and halfway to go.
3rd and 6 at the 30. Emmerman back on the right side once again against Reamer. Wall possibly going to call his number once again. He's done it twice now for a first down. Holvison in the backfield, back deep to pass, and immediately being taken down and going towards Gill. Wall was immediately pressured by number 21 for Finley-Sharon Page, Cody Reamer. And it's 4th down and 6.
The Spartans 30.
Well, that makes this really interesting. I mean, again, you're moving in. You've been doing well. You've had a couple of good pass plays help you out. What do you rely on here, Derek? And the answer is might be looking at another pass play, I would think, but you might try to hit the middle pretty hard with a running play.
Maybe Wall calls his number. They're looking at Emmerman once again, but the pressure was just too much on Wall in the offensive line. Now they go I formation, so they might hit that middle, but look at Finley-Sharon Page clogging up the box. Wall back deep, going to Emmerman against Reamer, and it is right through his hands. Reamer was beat and got his hands on the back of Emmerman and might have distracted the Falcon receiver, and it's a turnover on downs. Spartans set up shop at the 30. Second time tonight, the Falcons have lost the conversion on 4th down.
Dylan Reamer been doing a good job playing defense. He just had a few slip-ups, but he's not going to let that get in his head, Derek. He's going to work hard, and that's what he did on that play. See things turn around. Falcons will be on defense, and the Finley-Sharon Hope Page Spartans take over.
Reamer staying strong. It's hard to do with a kid like that with Emmerman. 2 first down receptions so far. However, for Wall, he is only passing it 2 for 7 right now. Satcham, however, under center I formation. Going to take it himself. Now he's going to throw a little screen pass to Carlson in the backfield. Carlson takes it, and he might have lost the yard right there, corralled by the Falcons. It's like number 63, Sagers Alcox, and on the play for a loss of 1. First reception for Carlson this evening. Second down and long at the 29, 4:10 and ticking. Out of the game is number 12, Jack Thompson. In his place, number 21, Cody Reamer. 4 minutes officially, still scoreless between Finley-Sharon Page and Enderlin Maple Valley. Satcham under center, handoff to the right, now back up the middle. Carlson, full head of steam, is stood up at the 34, 35, and it's a gain of 5 for Carlson.
Trey Wall on the initial tackle with the help of a flock of Falcons.
Brings up about 3rd and 5 for the Spartans.
Number 64, Riley Bissett, comes out of the game. Jacobson scurries into the huddle with a 3rd and 5 at the 35 for FSHP.
Initially a 4-2-3 defense here for the Falcons, but then we see these free safeties on the sides kind of turn into corners.
Stand-up defensive end, Evan Richmond on the right side, handoff to Carlson off the counter, and he is ripped down, but not after a first down scurry after a gain of about 7 yards for Finley-Sharon Page. Carlson now with 46 yards on 8 attempts, carrying the load and then some for his Spartans.
Cody Gill helping out there on the tackle, 5'9" senior. He's been putting the work in on both sides of the ball, so good to see this, and he's going to have a good year. I can just feel it.
I formation once again. Satcham going to pass right side. Ball might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for number 10, Trevor Thompson. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Three incompletions so far for Satcham. As for Trey Wall, he has 4.
Well, it's starting to sun going down, Derek, and it's starting to feel pretty cool, but it's still a little sticky out, a little muggy, almost an inch of rain the last 2 days. And so earlier today when we were setting up, kind of hot, and I imagine still out there in the sun that it's still baking a little bit, but nice night for football.
Yeah, beating down. Here's something we haven't seen until the first time tonight. Shotgun, but to sweep the Carlson in motion, going to left side, stays on his feet, and he is roped down right at midfield. If he kept his footing, he might have kept past the first down, officially marked down at the 48.
Trey Wall doing a great job flying in and making the tackle, and a great job by Carlson on the run, being able to carry himself and keep his balance. Otherwise, that would have been much shorter. A good run on second, make it 3.
9th carry for Carlson. He heads to the bench. Ball's at the 48, 4 yards to go. I formation, Satcham under center. Jacobson, the back. In motion is Thompson. Given to the left side on a stretch to Jacobson. Makes a man miss and is pushed out of bounds by Wall, but not after a first down flurry into Falcon territory.
A great job once again by Wall flying in and making the push. A great run there, though, for Blake Jacobson. He's been a powerhouse in the backfield and making things happen.
First down run from the 48 of Spartan territory to the 38 of Falcon territory. Spartans back in Falcons territory with 1:48 left to play in the first half. Clock is stopped after the out-of-bounds play. Jacobson still in the game. 3 backs in the backfield. Satcham under center. Fakes the handoff and gives it up to Jacobson, who is carried down graciously near the 36-yard line.
Evan Richmond on the initial tackle, then help out by some other Falcons. One official stops the clock, and it looks like we have a timeout for the Spartans, Derek.
Timeout, Finley-Sharon Page, with 1:39 left in the first half. Still scoreless on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With YourLiveEvent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Come back to a 2nd down and 7 in Falcon territory at the 36. Satcham under center, 3 backs. In motion is Thompson on the right side, and now split out wide. Hand off to Carlson up the middle. Scurries and is stood up at the 35 for 1 yard.
Tackled by the Falcons, number 10,
Paul Arseth on the tackle. Good job on the stop. Does get a little gain, Derek, so that's good. Positive momentum, but not enough as he come to 3.
Arseth, a good double leg foreign tackle right at the knees to clog up Carlson, who bills in at 190 pounds. A sturdy back. They officially mark it to the 34. A gain of 3 yards. Make it 2 for Finley-Sharon Hope Page. 55 seconds in ticking, left in the half, and we have a timeout by Fontaine and Finley-Sharon Hope Page. We do. Timeout with a 3rd and 7 at the 34 of the Falcons. 52 seconds left in the first half. Still scoreless on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
Maple Valley School District is engaging students in a world-class education, preparing them for lifelong success. Maple Valley serves the surrounding communities of Buffalo, Fingal, Oriska, and Tower City. They have a great student-to-teacher ratio at 16 students per class. Maple Valley ranks as one of the top 10 high schools in the Fargo-Moorhead area. For information, go online to maple-valley.k12.nd.us or call 701-749-2313.
Ball at the 34, Falcons territory. Satcham in the shotgun formation. 3rd and 7. Screen pass to Carlson behind him. Back shoulder catch. He takes it, scurries to the right side, far sideline, and walloped and pushed out of bounds. Shy of the stick. It'll be 4th down and minimum for Finley-Sharon Hope Page with 45 seconds left in the second quarter.
Trey Wall once again coming, flying across, making the push, making big things happen.
Gain of 5. Make it 5 yards on the throw from Satcham. Carlson with his 2nd reception of the evening. Clock is stopped exactly at 45, exactly at the 30 of Enderlin Maple Valley. Spartans threatening once again, but still scoreless. This Spartan squad put up 54 last week against Tri-State. Satcham under center, 3 backs behind him. Offset, Carlson and Jacobson. Toss to Jacobson, Carlson, and Reamer, the lead blockers. Jacobson got a seam to the left sideline and pushed out of bounds, but first down and goal. It looks to be for Finley-Sharon Hope Page with 39 ticks left.
Nice job by Wall flying around again. They push in, and one thing that we didn't explain early on there, Derek, is the nice vines that are on the baseball fence here, the football fence tonight. And so a cushioned blow to the fence for the Spartans.
And a gain of 16 for Jacobson. It's not first down and goal. Our vantage point a little skewed here. It's at the 14 with 39 left on the clock. The light's getting dim here in Enderlin. Satcham, offset backfield with a fullback. Toss to the right. That's Carlson. Carlson stutters, now steps to the right side. Got a block, got a lane, stiff arm, and he's out of bounds. Just shy of first down marker.
By the Falcons, number 6, Trey Wall.
Trey Wolf, number 6 for the Falcons, makes the stop, and it is almost a first down. A gain of, looks to be 9 yards. 2nd down and 1 for Carlson and the Spartans. 11 carries for Zeiler. 263 yards.
Good job by the Spartans tonight. They've been doing a good job stretching out each side of the field on these sweeps and on these little screen passes as well. So I really like that. They're utilizing each wing, and that's what's really helping them out here against the Falcons in this last little set.
Carlson has touched the ball 13 times in this half. 2nd down and 1 at the 7. He'll get it once again, right side. He stutters to the right side and is finally cut down just shy of the line. He has the first down, and now it is officially 1st down and goal after the 4-yard gain for Zeiler.
Hovelson on the tackle. Gill helping out as well for the Falcons. Clock going to run as we hit 20 and down.
Hurry up offense. Satcham back under center. Offset. Jacobson and Carlson along with Reamer. Here's a toss to Carlson. Has a lane. Cuts inside. Upended. Reaches out. The desperate dive in for the touchdown. Finley-Sharon Page draws first blood.
Good job on that run. Nice diving play, stretching up. And then they look to this line judge on our side to make sure that that's what happened. And you bet your bottom dollar he stretched out just enough.
71 yards for Carlson in this game. 13 carries. And that last one goes for 6. It's 6-0. Finley-Sharon Page pending this 2-point conversion attempt. Satcham under center. Jacobson behind him. He'll fake. Roll himself. Toss to the right side. And a diving attempt by number 10, Trevor Thompson, is no good. But with 7 seconds left in the first half, Finley-Sharon Page up 6-0 over Enderlin Maple Valley on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. Take a break after this.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Satcham ready to send this one away to Enderlin Maple Valley. 6-0 Finley-Sharon Page. Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard after the 4-yard touchdown run by Zyra Carlson. And this a little pooch kick and not called for a fair catch by Hovelson right at the 40. Stiff arm. Now cuts to the right side, and he might have a chance here. The clock will run out, but he's finally wrangled down by number 2, Dylan Reamer. And that's how the first half ends, with Finley-Sharon Page on top and sending the Falcons to the locker room trailing 6-0 on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. After the break, we'll come back with halftime coaches' comments and halftime stats. Don't go anywhere. This is yourliveevent.com.
Talking more new trades from Norman County Implement Highway 9 North Ada 2013 Versatile 500 Power Shift with 2,700 hours. A 2010 Versatile 435 with 3,300 hours. Local trades. Call Chuck or Neil for more info and pricing. The J&M 750 grain cart with roll tarp scale 14-inch auger. A new Westfield auger 13 by 84. One remaining Versatile Fury for fall tillage. Talk with Chuck or Neil at Norman County Implement Highway 9 North Ada. They thank you for your business. 218-784-2961.
Pioneer, tailored for your farm, delivering success. With decades of research, Pioneer has the genetics, tools, and local testing capabilities to deliver the most diverse and consistent seed for your farm needs. Work with Keith Irie, Matt Powell, and Chelsea Beaton in Hope, your local Pioneer team, to evaluate your needs and select the best varieties with the right herbicide-tolerant trait for your farm. With the science behind Pioneer products and the local service, you get success from your crop yields. Good luck to the Finley-Sharon Hope Page team from your local Pioneer seed representatives, Keith Irie, Matt Powell, and Chelsea Beaton of Hope.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
If you're in need of Minnesota and/or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Here in our halftime show, halftime mark reads Finley-Sharon page 6, Enderlin Maple Valley 0 after one half of play. A very quiet but defensive half for both squads. The lone score just moments ago with under 30 seconds left to play in the half. 4-yard touchdown run by junior running back Zara Carlson. The 2-point conversion no good for Finley-Sharon Page after the attempt from Satcham to Satcham on that play. That was, Trevor Thompson on the intent receiver. Nonetheless, 6-0, Finley-Sharon Page leads this Falcons team that defeated FSHP 28-12 in 2020's version of this contest. Both teams were in Region 1 during that game. The Spartans bumped up the Region 2. 1-0 on the young season. The Falcons 0-1 so far. Take a break and come back with more halftime coverage. Leaf Bakken as I speak, talking with both Larry Fontaine and Coach Hoots for Enderlin Maple Valley. When we come back, we'll possibly hear from them and also our halftime stats.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow. We now have 9 locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, and Harvey. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Goose River Heating and Cooling Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com's halftime show between Enderlin Maple Valley and Finley-Sharon Page. The Spartans on top 6-0 on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seeds scoreboard. Once again, a 4-yard touchdown run by Zara Carlson. Leaf Bakken just spoke with the head coach of Enderlin Maple Valley, Nathan Hoots. Let's see what Bakken and Hoots had to say.
Here was Coach Nathan Hoots, and had a really strong first half there, Coach Hoots, right to the end. It looks like the Spartans found the flats on each side, ran a couple sweep plays, and then they had a big one up the nose to get that score. What do you got to do up front to make that stop?
Our ends are doing a good job of taking on double teams, but our safety Phil and linebacker Phil has not been good enough in the first half. If we can shore that up, hopefully we can keep those 7-8 yard gains that are getting on those and shut them down to 2 or 3 and put us in position to be more aggressive with our linebackers in the third and down plays.
And let's not take away from your guys either. Trey Wall doing a good job. We've seen some good plays from a couple other guys flying across the field, making great tackles, and you got to appreciate that. And it is a 6-0 game, so not out of reach by any means.
I'll tell you what, it certainly doesn't feel like 6-0. I feel like we dodged bullet after bullet in that first half, and we're happy to get to half. It would have been nice to get in there without them scoring right before the half, but we're going to have to score a touchdown to win this game anyway. So.
And let's talk about the really close couple of passes. Are you going to keep this staying to the air, you think, on a couple of really nice looks? Armin was doing a good job bringing them in, and just couldn't bring that last one in on the end zone.
Yeah, that was tough. We had good looks, but we need to find a way to run the ball against no matter how many guys they want to put in the box. We have got to be able to run the football. So we're going to find out ways, hopefully try to get a guy out of the box in the second half here and see if we can run against a 7-man box instead of an 8-man, because it's not working so far in the first half. So hopefully we can figure things out here in half and then get things taken care of.
Coach Hoots, good luck in the second half. Let you go address your team and take care of business.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to Leif Bakken. Talking to Nathan Hoots, head coach of Enderlin Maple Valley. His team trails 6-0. Let's see what they did in the first half stat-wise. 69 total yards of offense for the Falcons on 3 attempts. For Trey Wall, 7 yards rushing. Bill with 5 yards, so make that 74 first half yards for Enderlin Maple Valley. Gill with 5 yards on 1 rush. Holvison with 7 carries for 13 yards. No carries for Rohrbach just yet. 49 passing yards by Trey Wall. He has missed 4 passes on 2 completions. And the 2 completions courtesy of Ameren, who has those 49 said passing yards. Handful of punts by Enderlin Maple Valley. They have made their way to Spartan territory a few times, but have not come away with any points to show for it. Once again, 74 total yards of offense for this Falcon squad. Take a break and come back. Leif Bakken also talked with co-head coach Larry Fontaine for Finley-Sharon Page. Take a quick 30-second break and talk to Bakken and Fontaine after this.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2466.
It's time to talk to Coach Larry Fontaine, the co-head coach for Finley-Sharon Page. His team leads 6-0 over the Falcons on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard, courtesy of a 4-yard touchdown scurry by Zauer Carlson, the junior tailback. He has 13 attempts on 71 yards on 13 attempts. Let's see what Fontaine has to say about his stud running back and his winning Spartans.
Standing here with the Spartans coach, Fontaine. And Coach, you found the flats there at the end of the second quarter, and you're able to run some big sweeps and then a big play up the middle to score and go up 6-0.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a slobber knocker. They're, like we talked about earlier, they're heavier, they're bigger than us, and we're using their speed, and right now we're taking it to them. And I think they're getting a little tired. Their hands were on their hips, and we just got to get off the ball, do what we're doing, get off the ball control the ball, drive the ball, we won the field position battle there. They had one nice little drive, but, and they held us like on the 13, but we, had some pretty good ball control. We just need to do what we've been doing, get off the ball and, play great defense, pressure defense. They had a couple of big passes there, but, Dylan had garbage on him, and we'll be all right. He's going to play off a little bit and not let the kid get behind him, and we'll get a little more pressure on him and hopefully get a couple more sacks.
Yeah, great point. I mean, a couple of big pass plays against you, but you guys have been able to run the ball a little bit, and I think that's what the struggle has been for their defenses. If you can get four yards in 3 times, that turns into a first down. So far that run's working. The pass to the screen is maybe not right now.
No, they're good. 22 is a good football player. We know that. We missed some blocks there on him. We got to put somebody on 22 and make sure 22 is blocked, and then, just get off the ball and wear them out. This is a game of attrition. We got to wear them out. It's a war out there.
Up until that very end there, Coach, pretty even so far. I mean, back and forth. So, and you knew coming in, like you said, slobber knocker. I mean, hitting each other hard. Defense on both sides looked pretty dang good.
Yeah, well, they had a great game against Cavalier. They're big, they're strong, they're a good football team. We just got to continue doing what we're doing, and with, the good Lord on our side, maybe just keep everybody healthy and play some football.
Coach Fontaine, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck in the second half.
Roger, thank you. Have a good day.
Roger that, Coach Fontaine, his team up 6-0 on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. Got some halftime official stats for Finley-Sharon Hope Page. I just mentioned 71 rushing yards for Zara Carlson, 74 total yards for Enderlin Maple Valley. Leaf, Zara was the guy coming into this game, one of the main focal points for Finley-Sharon Hope Page, but something to look at. In last year's game, total yardage overall for Finley-Sharon Hope Page on the game, 180. So far, 134 total. Your initial thoughts after one half of play?
Well, especially after talking to the coaches, and we're talking about good defense on both sides. A little bit of a slip up there, and Coach Hoots has recognized that. I think he's got his guys back in focus. This halftime break probably big for both these teams, but especially for the Falcons. We heard Fontaine talk about how they're tired. So with 130 plus yards, that's a lot. And if Hoots knows that, he knows that he's got to shut them down. And he talked about that in halftime review there, talking about we got to be strong up front. We have to stop that run. Doesn't matter. And then they've got to be strong on their end and get their run rolling. So the Spartans on their defense doing really well, stopping that play up front. And so it's going to come down to that offensive line once again, which we talked about on the ride down here. We talked about it in the pregame where you've got some experience and you got some size differences, but pretty even match. 6-0 at halftime. That's a pretty good game.
Last year's game between these two teams, 22-6 in favor of the Falcons at the halftime break. 6 points again for Finley-Sharon Hope Page. This time the difference, the defense. Only one sack, I believe, so far to show for their effort, courtesy of Hayden Hushka. But constant pressure all night so far against Trey Wall. Every time he drops deep back to pass. Only 2 completions make it, 2 completions for a Wall, both to Emmerman. What do the Falcons have to do to open up the passing game? Because Emmerman against Reamer is a mismatch so far.
Yeah, I think they're looking at the right spots. I think that's where they're going to initially look at. But the next big thing is going to be the run, and that's what I think Coach Hoots wants to focus on is the run. Opening up the pass is going to take getting another guy wide out on the other side and maybe running some slants at each other, maybe a post on one side and a slant, just to see the differences and see if Trey Wall can buy himself enough time. He has been pressured on most of those passes, so again, I think as Coach mentioned, going to want to rely on the run more than the pass, but they've been doing it successfully for the most part. Let's see if they can get on the board.
Official stats for Finley-Sharon Hope Page, once again, 134 total yards. Liam Satcham has not called his own number yet. No rushes so far. But again, Carlson, 13 rushes, 71 yards. Jacobson, 49 on 9. Cody Reamer, 4 rushes for 7. And for Thompson, only 1 carry for -2. Satcham, 3 for 6 with 9 through the air. And 5 of those to Cody Reamer. And 2 receptions by Carlson, 1 for -1. And the other to make up with 4. Your official halftime stats also as well. 1 penalty offensively for Finley-Sharon Hope Page for -5. 2 against Enderlin Maple Valley, who will begin the second half on defense. They won the coin toss and received to begin the first. And now we'll see Finley-Sharon Hope Page set up shop after this kickoff. Looks to be, for the first time we're going to see for the Falcons tonight, kicking off is Evan Richmond, the senior, number 81. Our halftime show comes to a conclusion. It's now time for the third quarter on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks to our fans for reaching out to us to remind us to zoom in. Thank you very much for tuning in and giving us a piece of your thoughts. As the sun sets, hopefully we got enough lighting out here at Henderson Field. Richmond and company ready to kick off the second half. Back deep is Carlson and Blake Jacobson. Richmond ready. We're ready. Second half ready. Off to the right side with the boot. Carlson takes off the bounce, dives right at the 20, and now scurries to the right side and now back into the left. And he is tackled down at the 25, right on the dot. And we'll see the Spartans come out with a 6-0 lead to begin the second half.
Drogan and Arseth. We haven't called Stephen Drogan's name yet, the 5'11 sophomore playing tonight.
And return took off 4 seconds on the clock. We'll see what the Spartans want to do coming out here in the third quarter. Maybe keep carrying the load of Carlson and have Jacobson in the backfield. I formation, Carlson the wing. He's in motion to the left. Satcham, hands off, counter to Jacobson. Spins off a tackle and finds just 2 on that play.
Looks like the tackle is going to be Riley Bisset, doing a good job. A sophomore standing at 6 foot, 265. Big guy up front for the defense of the Falcons.
10 carries for Jacobson. He's now at 51. Second down and 8 at the 27. Very defensive game. Both defenses dominant early on. I formation once again. This time it's Thompson, the wing on the left side, goes in motion. Another counter. This one it goes to Jacobson once again, and he is dancing his way for another minimal gain. Make it about third down and 5 coming up.
Arseth, Wall, and a few others in on that tackle for the Falcons. They've been doing a good job, and I really appreciate watching Trey Wall fly around on this field, the junior standing at 5'8".
Flying around both on offense and defense. He's in the defensive backfield. And at safety. Third down and 5 at the 31 for the Spartans on their initial second half drive. Split back formation with a fullback. Toss to Carlson, right side. Got a lead blocker. That's Jacobson. And Carlson is loose on the right sideline and pushed out of bounds by Wall. A first down scurry into Falcon territory for Zara Carlson and the Spartans.
Well, that's exactly what Coach Hoots didn't want, was trying to locate those guys on the outside on those sweep plays, and that's where the Spartans' strength has been when we came to the end of that first half. So they know what they're going to do, and the Falcons got to read that.
Ball is at the 44-yard line for Finley-Sharon Page in Falcon territory. Satcham and company break the huddle and send themselves up to the line. Offset once again, 3 backs. Thompson in motion to the right. Hand off to Carlson. Jacobson up the middle for make it 4 yards. Every chunk, every play, the Spartans finding something positive and keeping the ball rolling. The defensive line for Enderlin Maple Valley giving up chunk plays each time on this first drive.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the hard work that the Finley-Sharon Hope Page kids are putting in here tonight, Derek.
Same formation, counter, reverse to Carlson, and kiss him goodbye. He is out of here. Touchdown to Finley-Sharon Hope Page from 40 yards out. Carlson to the house.
Great job finding that block on the near side here and then all the way to the house, as you said, Derek. Great job. The Falcons tried to get a read, almost had a jump on it, but it didn't work out, and here we are going for the extra point.
Carlson's second touchdown run of the game, and it's 12-0. 2-point conversion pending for Finley-Sharon Page of 9:49 in the third quarter. Satcham under center, I formation. Thompson in motion to the right. A little option play. No, Wall is, oh my goodness, walloped. That is Satcham who's walloped right at the goal line. No good on the conversion, but it's 12-0 nonetheless. Finley-Sharon Hope Page in the third quarter of 9:49 left to play. 12-0 Spartans on top of the Falcons on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
For over 100 years, Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator, a full-service cooperative, has been growing and adapting with the ever-changing agriculture industry. These strong roots in eastern North Dakota include a dedicated staff of 42 full-time employees. Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator offers a variety of services, including agronomy, sales and service, custom application, grain drying and handling, bulk fuel and oil, tire repair, and light mechanic work. Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator is a buyer of corn, soybeans, wheat, and sunflowers. Learn more by visiting FinleyFarmersElevator.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Satcham for the Spartans kicks off. Back deep as Trey Wall fields it at the 30-yard line. Far sideline finds himself upended and pushed back at the 40. That's where the Falcons will come out with the football near midfield, down 12-0 on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. And it is the Zauer Carlson show this evening. 15 attempts, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns to show for it. Leaf, he is taking control early on in the second half.
Yeah, like the way he's running. He's getting some good blocks up front, so his team is helping him out. So it's all good things for the Spartans. Scoring at the end of the first half and being able to open things up in the second half. Hopefully the Falcons can stay on their toes. Otherwise, they might get a little tired here.
Wall under center, drops back, looking for Emmerman. Now has to flurry out, looking to find something. 3 Spartans around him, and he has to get that one away. He's out of the box, so no intentional grounding. And that pass rush, once again, for Finley-Sharon Page, paying off to fruition against Wall. It's 2nd down and 10. Wall is now 2 for 7 tonight, passing the football. His 2 completions to Emmerman, and he was looking for his lengthy wide receiver once again. Number 5 in the game. Ball's at the 42. Wall, who took the kickoff himself, under center. That's Gale in the backfield. Hulvison and Emmerman split out wide to the right. Play action. Wall calls his own number and slides past a few defenders, but only finds 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Wall's first attempt of the second half. Officially 3 yards on the play. And 3rd down at the 44.
The senior Cody Reamer at 5'8", coming in on the tackle.
Reamer has had his hands full against Emmerman out deep on the outside of the offense. Now they have a 3rd in the gray area between minimal and long for the Falcons. Wall Anderson once again. Gale behind him. 2 receivers to the right side. Holvison and Emmerman. Wall looks, and he is absolutely blasted, and it has a fumble in favor of Finley-Sharon Hope Page. We have a flag in the defensive backfield. Did he get the ball off, or was it a fumble? His hand was coming forward.
So that's going to be a discussion they're going to have there around the ball. We also saw our back judge come flying in. He's the taller guy near us. He comes flying in. He's got a flag back here off screen talking about what's going on the pass, on the routes.
The refs are converging here.
And the official did throw his beanbag, so that means there is a fumble in the backfield, is what he indicated there. But that's going to be part of this discussion right now, is the series of events that happened in the time and how it happened, is how they're going to go forward with this.
And you can see Trey Wall.
Personal foul.
So that sack and fumble negated by the face mask against Finley-Sharon Hope Page, a personal foul. That's 15 yards in favor of Enderlin Maple Valley. And Coach Nathan Hoots is asking for 15 from the previous spot, not where the fumble occurred. And he's asking if it's going to be 3rd and 2 if the fumble is going to mark where the ball is going to land after the face mask occurred. And they do make it 3rd down and short at the 48 in Falcon territory.
And I'm trying to remember in my head, Derek, how that one is, and I'm sure this crew is getting it right. So
3rd down and call it 3 at the 48 for Enderlin Maple Valley. Dodged a bullet, and Trey Wall is going to ask for his offensive line to help him out back there because he is tired of dodging Spartans. And it looks like We have a new quarterback under center. This is number 2, T. Sealing, in favor of Trey Wall. 2 receivers out wide to the right. Hand off to Gill up the middle, and he is going absolutely nowhere in the backfield, snuffed out.
Good job there by the defense of the Spartans, breaking through, turn this into 4th down, and you're right at just short of midfield, and you're quite a bit short on your 1st down. Looks like we'll see Wall and Ammerman come back in.
Officially no gain. Second attempt by Gill. As you said, leave Ammerman and Wall back in. 4th and minimal to go. Looks like they will go for it. Same formation once again. This time with Wall back in at quarterback, the original starter. Halverson, Emmerman out wide to the right. Back deep. Wall. Now he skirts out to the right side. Puts it up for Halverson. Halverson has the grab inside the 30 at the 25.
Great job there by Satrum to be on the defense and make the tackle right away. But a huge play there for the Falcons, finally getting that pass conversion they wanted, Derek, and that turns this into a little more interesting moment here in the 3rd quarter.
Halverson officially at the 20-yard line from the 48 to the Spartans' 20 in the 3rd completion by Trey Wall tonight. 2 of them for first down, 3 of them for first downs, 26, 23 in that one inside Spartan territory. Halverson's first grab this evening. Falcons set up real pretty with 2 men out wide to the left. Wall under center. New back, hands off, and absolutely smothered as soon as he got it. That's number 10, Paul Arseth, who is buried in the backfield.
Good job by Reamer and Thompson to come through, make the tackle. That was huge. And get a little aggression out there after a big play against them. So nice work there by Finley-Sharon Hope Page defense.
Arseth loses 2 yards. His number is taken out to the bench now, back in for number 20, Cody Gill. Gill, the senior, back in, along with junior quarterback Trey Wall. 2nd down and 12 at the 22. 12-0 game. Finley-Sharon Page on top of Enderlin Maple Valley. One wing to the left, that's Halverson. Emmerman in motion on the left side. Now to the backfield. Wall takes it himself. Now looks to the right side. He's got Richmond, and Richmond right through his mitts. Pressure coming from the Spartan defense, and it's 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 12 against Enderlin Maple Valley. Emmerman not running a route there. The only route out there by tight end Evan Richmond, number 81. That looks to be his first look of the evening in the passing game.
Once again, scrambling in the backfield and trying to find somebody to go to. But you got to give credit to the quarterback there in Wall, where he's moving around and he's trying to make a pass.
2 receivers split out wide to the right. Wall under center. Pressure once again to his right, and he'll give a stiff arm and loses the ball as he slides near the out-of-bounds marker. He lost his footing. Right in his face is Doug Gear and company. And Finley-Sharon Page, the defense, has Enderlin Maple Valley at a 4th down and a country mile. This one backs up the Falcons all the way to the 30.
Brings up 4th and long for the Falcons.
Really interesting there. I thought the ball went out of bounds, but the clock continues to run.
Ball's at the 30, and a loss of 8 yards against Wall. Trying to get away from the pass rush, he just lost his footing. Emmerman wide to the right. I formation. Here's Wall. Passing once again. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be sacked. No, he threw an ill-advised pass, and it's picked off. Picked off by Doug Gear, who puts on a stiff arm pass midfield and finally tackled down at the Falcon 48-yard line.
Big interception there for Doug Gear, and Trey Wall was trying to find somebody to go to as he had the last several plays, got wrapped up and decided time to get rid of it and just save face now, and that wasn't going to happen. Good job by the Spartans. Their chains are going to have to hustle down and turn over on that one.
Once again, the defense paying off for Finley-Sharon Page from the 30 of Spartan territory to the Falcons 48 after that pick by Gear. It was Reamer and the rest of the defensive line for Finley-Sharon Page in Wall's face to force that ill-advised throw. Satcham under center, sends out Thompson in motion, gives out to Carlson up the middle, low counter, and he finds about 4 yards on that play.
Tackle going to be to Alcox. He's a senior, standing at 6'2", doing a good job on that defensive line.
I think that a gain of 2. Second down and 8 at the 46. The Spartans sitting pretty up 12-0. 4:43 and ticking in the third. And now in great position to strike once again. Offset backfield, fullback as well. Satcham turns around, hands off. Jacobson patiently dances and is tripped up by Holvesen for 1 yard.
Good job by Holvesen. Found the hole, got the tackle, and it was a good ankle tackle as well. Trip him up. What they get, maybe 1 off of that deal, but that's what you want to see on the defensive side. They want to get this ball back and work it down the field.
They'll officially call it 2 on that play. 60 yards for Jacobson on 13 carries. In the shadow of Carlson's 126 on 16. Both scores belong to Carlson. Same formation. Satcham, handoff left side. Carlson roped around the neck, and he's not going anywhere. Nice stop by Evan Richmond. The end for Enderlin Maple Valley. Minimal gain. Make it 3rd and 5.
Good job by the Falcons. Quick off the ball. Spartans also doing a good job being quick. They got to push the ball ahead. They got to run forward on that one.
Looks like Jack Thompson will bring in the play from Larry Fontaine and the coaching staff. 3rd down and 5. 3rd and medium for the Spartans to gain. Ball's at the 44. 2 receivers split out both sides. Reamer in the backfield, Satcham under center. He'll look the pass, he'll go right side, going deep, and looking for Carlson. Back shoulder grab, touchdown, Finley-Sharon Page. Carlson strikes again. 44-yard dart to Carlson.
Great job by Carlson. And I got to look here quick because I got to see this height difference. 5'10" versus his opponent, Cody Gill, who stands at 5'9". So really not much of a factor there. Just had the step on him, had his hands in the right spot, and got around that defense. Nice job there for the Spartans as they're starting to take away on this one. 3 to go in the third.
18-0 Finley-Sharon Page turning it on. Enderlin Maple Valley in all facets. In the ground game and now through the air. Carlson, 3 scores. Now the 2-point conversion pending. Satcham backs up, split backfield. That's Reamer and Jacobson, and he uses both as blockers. Wall, his own number, and he is tagged down shy of the pylon. And 3 failed 2-point conversions for the Spartans tonight. It doesn't matter right now with 3:02 left to go in the third quarter. Spartans sparring with Enderlin Maple Valley up 18-0 with more action to come after this break. 18-0. Finley-Sharon Page on top on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With YourLiveEvent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. It's 18-0. Finley-Sharon Page absolutely taking it to Enderlin Maple Valley. 2 scores in this third quarter. All scores courtesy of Zara Carlson, the junior tailback. That one through the air of 44 yards, courtesy of Satcham. Liam Satcham finding his place in the air. And the Spartans kicking off now with Calvin Satcham. Little squibber up the middle and fielded right at the 35. A sliding grab by Wyatt Sealing. And that's where the Falcons will start with 3:02 left in the third. Leaf, Derek Carlson, in the air, on the ground. How do you stop this guy?
It looks like the Falcons just need to tighten up some of the defense on the passing. If you tighten it up too much, you start to get penalties. But in this case, I think there's a little space left there. And once again, he just had a good step on his defender. So good to see that. And when it comes to the running side of things, you just got to break that line faster on the defensive side if you can. It's kind of tough. And, they're all still warming up to the season.
Wall back the pass, and he has nowhere to throw it. No, it's a screen pass. Exactly wanted. But Holvison is tackled down at the 40, a gain of 5. It looked like the same old song and situation for Trey Wall in the Falcons, but a designed screenplay for Holvison's 5-yard gain.
Here's the thing. Up front right now, Enderlin Maple Valley has to be strong. And I'm sure those guys are tired up front. They're playing on both sides of the ball. But on the offensive side, they cannot let that defense through, especially on the pass plays. They've got to set up for the pass block. Just bump off that chest. Just keep low, bump off the chest, and stay in position, shuffle around a little bit. It's going to be tough because they're getting tired, but they've got to do that on these plays.
Wall once again back to pass, looking towards Holvison. Now he has Emmerman. He has to scurry out to the right side, and he is horse-collared down, it looked like. And yes, 2 flags fly. Looks like that penalty on Finley-Sharon Page is against Blake Jacobson. Blake Jacobson, linebacker for Finley-Sharon Page. He looks to be shaken up on the play.
Yeah, Jacobson's slow to get up. He comes to the sideline here. He's not on his own sideline, but I think he's looking for some help. I know there's a trainer here for Enderlin Maple Valley, so that's great to see.
Be a 15-yard personal foul penalty against Finley-Sharon Page. That's the second personal foul against the Spartans tonight. A total of 35 penalty yards. Nonetheless, they're up 18-0. That moves the ball into Spartan territory at the Finley-Sharon Page 47, a horse collar tackle.
You got to be careful on those horse collar tackles. When you bring them down by the neck of the pads or even on the nameplate grab backwards and they fall back just like that happened for Wall, that is, textbook right there.
Especially with the size difference, the compare and contrast with Wall and Jacobson. Wall at just 5'8", Jacobson at 6'1". It's going to look dirty. It's going to look harsh every time. Wall under center. 2 receivers to the right. Gill in the backfield. Toss to Gill left side. Stutters in, now back out. Now he has a lane, and he could be gone. Gill inside now, off a block, and into the side, the 15-yard line. Gill takes it from the 47 for a first down for Enderlin Maple Valley.
Doug Gear chasing him down and making the play for the Spartans to stop Gill. Otherwise, Gill has on his way to putting some points up for his team with 1:48 to go in the third. They are down 0-8 on our Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
Just the third carry for Gill in this game. He had 5 yards before that. The ball officially looking for the spot. It should be around the 15. The referee's converging right now. I'm not sure about what, maybe an official spot or
we've got a flag back
way
here
back on the dirt. That's on us. We should have seen that piece of laundry sticking out.
Well, I think that yellow flag blends into the dirt a little bit more than it should.
Looks like we have a block in the back. Holding on the penalty against Enderlin Maple Valley, negating that play. On the official spot, let's see where they officially mark Enderlin Maple Valley after Gill's gallop. And it's 46, so only a net gain of 1 for Gill. After all that hoopla.
Yeah, that penalty goes from where it happened at, so they march back 10 from there because it was up the field, and so we remain first down and have a little bit of work to work with here.
Looks like we have Blake Jacobson officially leaving the Falcons sideline of his helmet off, going back possibly to the Spartans bench. I formation, Wall, back to pass, man in his face, scoots up, and now bounce off a few tacklers, and he's going down. No, he gets the Gill. Gill finds it, and Gill not going anywhere himself. He officially gains back a few lost yards, but it is a gigantic loss for Enderlin Maple Valley of about 6 yards.
That's really tough there. Once again, the front line has to hold their ground and stop that from happening. But, hey, good job by Finley-Sharon Hope Page here. They're really putting the pressure on. They've got the fire going. I mean, when you're up 18-0, you're able to keep that pressure on and trying to just push ahead and, in this case, push back. And they're making it happen.
A net loss of 6, second down and 14, 47-yard line. Back in Falcon land now. 38 ticks left in the third. I formation once again. Holvis in the fullback, Gill the tail. Emmerman out to the right. Handoff to Gill. Left side has a lane and is ankle tackled by Liam Satchram. Not letting him go anywhere. Officially back past the original line of scrimmage. And that looks to be the final play of the third quarter.
Good job by Satchram getting in there. Nice job by Gill just pushing ahead, making that charge up the middle.
Makes up for that lost 6 yards of a 6-yard scurry. It's 3rd and 8 at the 45-yard line of Finley-Sharon Hope Page. The Spartans lead the Falcons 18-0. And we'll see what happens next when we come back for the fourth quarter of action on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seat scoreboard and YourLiveEvent.com.
Serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. It's the final quarter of regulation. Finley-Sharon Hope Page up 18-0 over Enderlin Maple Valley on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seat scoreboard in week 2 of 9-man football in North Dakota. Derek Zimmerman, Geyer, Leaf Bakken for YourLiveEvent.com, R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, powered by Halstead Telephone Company. A big 3rd down and 8 to keep this Falcon drive alive at the Spartan 45. Wall under center. Fake to Gill. Man in his face, that's Hushka. And now he goes deep for Richmond, and Richmond couldn't find it. The pressure actually from Trevor Thompson immediately with the stick, causing that pass to go awry. Make it 4th down and 8, a crucial 4th down coming up. Seen a handful of times the Falcons turn it over on downs. Not too many first downs for the Enderlin Maple Valley squad. Trailing by 18 points against a team they defeated 28-12 a year ago. Emmerman comes back from the sideline. A play that can decide the route of the rest of this fourth quarter. Cavalier beat this Enderlin Maple Valley team 22-14 last week. Falcons looking not to go 0-2 back-to-back seasons. Immediately pressure, Reamer on the wall, and that one off of Gill's hands, and it's a turnover on downs. Another sturdy rush from Finley-Sharon Hope Page, and turnover on downs officially. Spartans with the football at their own 45.
Good pressure once again by the Spartans, flying in and making it happen for their side. Now they get the ball on good field position, coming out of their side of it, but not too much, so they've got some space to work with, and looking forward to trying to put another one in.
This is where Carlson and Jacobson going to come into play. Both backs having great nights here in week 2. Carlson officially with 127, Jacobson with 60 on the ground. Satcham, I formation under center, and he gives it off. A fake, and Carlson scurries the left side and pushed out of bounds after 5 yards.
Carlson pushed out of bounds by number 6, Trey Wall, around the 49-yard line.
Wall once again flying across the field, making things happen for his defensive side of the ball. He has been doing a lot of work, Derek, tonight, both offensively and defensively. So good to see him going. Looking forward to seeing what else Enderlin Maple Valley and what Trey Wall has for this team going forward this year.
You know, Wall may be getting worn out on both sides, especially after all the hits he has taken in the backfield, but he's keeping strong and forcing the play right there. It's 2nd down and 6 at the 49. Carlson for 4 yards, officially 18 carries, 131 yards. Good golly, Carlson. I formation. In motion, that's Thompson. And it looks like we have a legal motion. Carlson takes it up the middle, and he's shy of the first down, pushed back. He's in Falcon territory, but it's going to stay in Spartan territory after the looks of that laundry.
Yeah, so it'll remain 2nd down. I think I saw what you did. We'll see. They say a legal shift. I think we saw our fullback move a little bit as we were put in motion there for Thompson. So unfortunate penalty there. And just got to move past this one for the Spartans. It'll remain 2nd down.
Spartans, 4th penalty of the night. 40 penalty yards against Finley-Sharon Page this evening. The ball at the 45 of Spartan territory. 2nd down and 10.
Back to our original line of scrimmage.
Huddle breaks. Offset. Backfield, 2 backs. Cody Reamer, the fullback. Carlson, Mateo, and number 8, Connor Dahl in the game now. Dahl, the sophomore, getting some action. Hand off to Carlson. Dahl, his blocker, met in the backfield. Carlson bounces off one blocker, but back to the original line of scrimmage for no gain.
Good job there by Hovelson, assisted by Alcox on that tackle, and staying stagnant with 3rd down on the way. Looks like the Spartans here, Derek, are trying to run the clock. I think they were waiting for the back judge to give that 10-second signal on the play clock. Excuse me, I need to slow down myself. But we'll see what they can do here on 3rd down.
Dahl comes out. Thompson comes in. Trading out the sophomore for the senior. And like you said, they're staying stagnant, but never count out the electricity probability for Finley-Sharon Page the way Carlson and Satcham have played tonight. I formation, Carlson in the back, and it's given off on a sweep reverse to Thompson, who scurries past midfield for 6 yards, but it's 4th down.
Once again, Hovelson getting in there. Clay Hovelson, he's a 5'11 junior, been doing a good job at that linebacker position for this Falcons team. We've seen him carry the ball a couple of times, I believe, so maybe I'm mistaken there. But as Gill has been mostly the running back, aside from Wall for the Falcons. Good job on defense for him, though, for this Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons team.
Nice little rotation for Finley-Sharon Page's backfield as well. Jacobson comes in for Thompson, and Jacobson, no slouch himself, with 60 yards on 13 carries. With 4th and short to go, maybe the big back gets his name called once again for the 14th time. I formation, Satcham, sweep to Carlson, Jacobson the lead blocker, and Carlson is going to be shy just by a tick at the 46 in Falcon territory, but it doesn't matter. Turnover on downs, Enderlin Maple Valley football.
Good job by the Falcons on a big stop there. They've got 9:32 to work with, Derek, and they're down by 18. There's still some more football to be played here, so there's a chance for the Falcons to get back in this, get back after it, and the Spartans can't let their guard down at this point, even though that was a tough go as we stay right around midfield.
Now, if you're the Falcons, to get back in this game down double digits, 18 the points, with Ammerman, you've been going after him all night in the passing game, and he's done a good job against Reamer, but the defensive pressure from the line, not giving Wall any room to breathe. Have to beat that somehow. Have to pull out the bag of tricks. I formation, Wall under center. Actually, no, new quarterback, and hand off to Gill, and he is going nowhere. Finally, moves upfield for about 3 yards. That's T. Sealing back in the game at quarterback for Wall, and it looks like he's going to stay that way.
T. Sealing, the 6'1 freshman, does a nice job filling in there as we move to the 50-yard line. Good gain there for Gill.
Gill with 3 yards. Officially 15 on 5 carries for the senior. And now a freshman handing the rock off. Looking for a Wall on the sideline here. I think he's still over there by Coach Hoots. Talking to him. Maybe down 18-0. You never know. Maybe want to get guys
Just get
some looks
reps,
early on in the game.
Yeah, get some reps here early in the season, and just have a talk with your quarterback as well. Just nice to have a nice conversation about what's going on.
Get any looks you can early on this 2021 campaign. Sealing takes it himself, back to pass, bad at the line, and that was dangerous and almost scary for Enderlin Maple Valley. Nice meaty mitts for the Spartans to bat that one away. It's 3rd down and 7.
And that might have been Doug Gear, the defensive end, throwing his arm up and knocking it back. And, yeah, like you said, Derek, it could have been pretty scary there for the Falcons. They tried to gather it up, but luckily it slipped away. Unfortunately, incomplete pass.
For Gear, if that was him, twice now he's gotten his hands on the football. One with an interception at the line of scrimmage, and that one right there, J.J. Watt style. 3rd down and 7 at the 49. Falcons teetering at the edge of the 50-yard marker. Sealing under center. Gill behind him. Emmerman and Hoveson wide to the left. Here's Sealing back to pass. Quick out route to Hoveson right at the 45, and he's just shy of the sticks. Nice open field tackle by Liam Satchram. It's 4th down and short. First completion of the night for Sealing, the freshman, getting his licks in. That one goes for 6 yards.
Yeah, good snap, good quick pass over to Hoveson, and just a good job all the way around there. 4th and 1, so big play coming up here for the Falcons. They've got to be ready to go.
3rd reception for Hoveson. His last pass reception went for 37 yards. 32 that was. Sealing now Wall back under, and he takes it himself. And it looks like the ball came out. It's squirted free. Finley-Sharon Page football. Yes, it is. 2nd turnover against Enderlin Maple Valley. That one just loosened up and falls free of Wall. And Spartans back in possession.
That's too bad there as Wall was trying to break through, and he had a good shot at it, but those Spartans, they know what to do there. They're pounding away at the ball, and it pops out. And really close there on a 4th down play. Turn around, and we'll see what the Spartans can do with 7:38 to go in the game, leading by 18.
Ball's at the 43, Spartan territory. 7:38 to go, 18-0 game. Finley-Sharon Page looking for a 2nd straight 2-0 start. Satcham under center, I formation. Jack Thompson, the fullback to the right, he goes in motion. Handoff, Carlson, stretch play, right side, and he is dragged down at the 41.
There's Alcox once again making the big move. He's a defensive end standing at 6'2". He's a senior. Cedreus doing a good job tonight.
Alcox has been everywhere. All around is Alcox. After that -2 net play against Carlson, just dragging him right back at the 131 mark. The night he's having, I'm sure all he cares about right now is just holding on to the rock and keeping this lead afloat with 7 minutes on the dot left. Break the huddle for the Spartans. Satcham back under center, I formation. Dahl out wide to the left. Toss to Carlson left side. Gets a nice chip block, and he's thrown down to the 45-yard line, a minimal gain.
Clay Hovelson there once again. Looked like he had some help out by Evan Richmond, helping complete that tackle. Looks like we're going to get a few guys in here to get some reps, as we mentioned, at least on the defensive side. Derek, Eli Christensen, the 5'6" sophomore, stepping on for the Falcons.
Yeah, we see some new numbers out there for Enderlin Maple Valley. Christensen, a sophomore, 5'6", 120 pounds, playing in the defensive backfield. Dahl comes off the field. Thompson, believe back in. 6:05 left here in regulation, 18-0.
10 seconds on that play clock. The Spartans got to go here.
Milk everything you got. Satcham, offset backfield, handoff. No, play action, going to left side and bad at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Reamer, Cody Reamer, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down and 10 at the 44.
Alcock's got his hand on that, and he's shaking his hand. I bet that did sting if it hit the edge of his hand the way it looked like it did. So he's trying to shake that one off. Good defense there for the Falcons. Spartans, good job getting the ball off the ground with only a few seconds left on that play clock as we saw our back judge counting down.
Can't run it every time, even though you got Carlson and Jacobson. Got to keep the Falcons on their toes and keep the ball afloat and let it fly. Looks like Spartans will punt. Calvin Satcham to punt. Cody Gill back deep to return. Feet planted at the 25. Getting that play clock just going and going and going. High snap. Satcham retrieves. And this one almost blocked. And that will be roughing the kicker. And that off the hands of the Falcons. Almost got away from the Falcon return man. I believe that is Steven Drogan, a sophomore, but it looks like Calvin Satcham had some trouble getting it off, and the Falcons ran into him.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker against the Falcons. 15-yard penalty.
With that penalty, that gets it
First down at Finley-Sharon Hope Page. The first personal foul against EMV tonight. Only 25 penalty yards against the Falcons. But that one is going to stub the toe just a tidbit.
After the penalty, Spartans will have 1st and 10 from the
So, for folks who don't know at home, when it comes to the penalties, the only penalties that are automatic first downs are all the roughings.
And that looked pretty rough to me, I would say.
I was trying to follow along here on the kick, so I missed it back there. So hopefully he's all right. That's one of those that, no doubt about it, running into the kicker or roughing, it's usually pretty easy to call.
Protect kickers at all cost. I formation, Satcham. Look, Jacobson out wide to the left. Carlson takes it himself up the middle, and he is banged down inside the 35-yard line now. Nice gain of about 7 yards for Carlson. Officially mark it. 2nd down and 3, I believe it is. Carlson now with 23 carries and 140 yards. Leaf, I'm officially out of tally markers to give Carlson. So if they call his number again, we're going to have to get creative out here.
All right. Well, I mean, just goes to show what he's produced for this Spartans team and doing a great job in their 2nd game of the season.
Satcham stands like a scarecrow, now down under center, I formation. He'll give it to Thompson, or excuse me, Reamer. Little fullback gut punch for minimal gain of 2. And it's 3rd down and 1.
Good job by Bartholomew and Hovelson, both making the tackle there.
Only 1 yard on that gain. 3rd and 2 at the 33. 4:35 in the 4th. Finley-Sharon Page looking to pack up a victory against Enderlin Maple Valley. A first down right here would sure seal the deal. I formation, fullback offset, hand up to Carlson, up the middle, past the stick, and first down, Finley-Sharon Page.
Tackled by number 20, Gill, number 22, Hovelson.
That one from the 33, I believe, to the 30, possibly inside the
27-yard line.
20 now. And it is now at the 27. Gain of 6 yards for Carlson. 24 carries, 146 yards for the junior. If we had a player of the game to give, it would be Zaire Carlson tonight. Doing all the heavy lifting. First down and 10 at the 27. Carlson and the Spartans running rampant. I formation. Here's Thompson in motion to the right. Hovelson follows. Toss to Carlson right side. Lowers the shoulder. So does Hovelson. Minimal gain. And just riding Carlson into the ground all night. Spartans are going to call his number and close this out.
Galen Hovelson up again on trying to make things work on the Falcon side. They've been doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball tonight. good to see that. We've especially seen Guild working his butt off as well on the offensive side.
Only 1 yard for Carlson's 146 now. Back in the backfield he is, I formation, Dahl the wing to the right. Satcham takes his snap and will reverse to Dahl to the left side. He's corralled and taken down for a minimal gain.
Good job by the Falcons that time. They congregated around him and made that push back. Stepping things up as we see a couple of guys on both sides switching in and out for offense and defense. Looks like we've got a couple guys. Aiden Glarum, who's the 6'2 sophomore, coming on for the Falcons.
Gain of 4 for Dahl, and Thompson. Jack Thompson comes back in, trades out Connor Dahl. He's the wing fullback to the right, I formation. Carlson still the tailback. Thompson in motion to the right once again. Same old song, same old situation. Carlson on the left side, and he is roped down for a loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Evan Richmond breaking through the line, making big plays there. Good job by the senior for the Falcons, as it'll be 4th and 5 to go as we go to 2 minutes left at this level. Derek, we don't get a 2-minute break.
No 2-minute breaks in high school nor college. 150 and ticking, 18-0 game. Finley-Sharon Page defeating Enderlin Maple Valley, avenging their loss from last season, a 28-12 decision for the Falcons. The Spartans looking to push to 2-0 for the second straight season. I formation, did they not get it off in time? Our play clock view is obstructed. Timeout, Spartans. Fontaine and company want to take their time. Well, 4th down and 5, 1:30 left on the clock. 18-0 Spartans on top of the Falcons on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard.
Maple Valley School District is engaging students in a world-class education, preparing them for lifelong success. Maple Valley serves the surrounding communities of Buffalo, Fingal, Oriska, and Tower City. They have a great student-to-teacher ratio at 16 students per class. Maple Valley ranks as one of the top 10 high schools in the Fargo-Moorhead area. For information, go online to maple-valley.k12.nd.us or call 701-749-2313.
18-0, Finley-Sharon Page comes out of their timeout, leading Enderlin Maple Valley on your Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. And it has been the Zyra Carlson show. Carlson, courtesy of all the touchdowns tonight. A 4-yard touchdown run, followed up by a 40-yard run and a 44-yard pass taken to the crib. A catch to the crib for Carlson. Now 4th down and 5. Handoff to you-know-who, play action. But Carlson will find the boot and finds the grab for the 1st down. A nice pump fake from Satcham. And Finley-Sharon Page can kneel out the clock right here.
Paul Arseth on the tackle, the 5'8 senior, playing linebacker tonight on the defensive side.
11-yard pass from Satcham to Carlson, 51 yards to the air for Satcham tonight. Carlson with, looks to be 59 to the air. You cannot stop Carlson either way. Play action fake, perfect timing to end this one out here in Enderlin. FSHP taking their time. Now to the LOS. Offset, no, I formation. Satcham takes that knee, and with 40 ticks left on the clock, I can find the official play clock. Looks like Finley-Sharon Page may have to take one more, and that will do it. Liam Satcham did not have to run whatsoever tonight. Coming to this game, relying on the backs of Blake Jacobson and Zara Carlson, the legs of the backfield, getting it done. Now waiting officially, 8 seconds left.
And
5 seconds.
And they don't have to. It's 2nd down, so they can take the penalty too. But
penalty, take the win. Finley-Sharon Page takes this one away from Enderlin Maple Valley, 18-0 on the back of Zara Carlson in the backfield. And the Spartans are 2-0 for the second straight season. Your final score on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seeds scoreboard: Finley-Sharon Page 18, Enderlin Maple Valley 0. We'll take a break and come back for a post-game report, see if we can't talk to both coaches of tonight's contest. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to YourLiveEvent.com.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Talking more new trades from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada 2013 Versatile 500 power shift with 2,700 hours, a 2010 Versatile 435 with 3,300 hours. Local trades. Call Chuck or Neil for more info and pricing. The J&M 750 grain cart with roll tarp scale 14-inch auger, a new Westfield auger 13x84, one remaining Versatile Fury for fall tillage. Talk with Chuck or Neil at Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada. They thank you for your business. 218-784-2961.
Pioneer, tailored for your farm, delivering success. With decades of research, Pioneer has the genetics, tools, and local testing capabilities to deliver the most diverse and consistent seed for your farm needs. Work with Keith Irie, Matt Powell, and Chelsea Beaton in Hope, your local Pioneer team, to evaluate your needs and select the best varieties with the right herbicide-tolerant trait for your farm. With the science behind Pioneer products and the local service, you get success from your crop yields. Good luck to the Finley-Sharon Hope Page team from your local Pioneer seed representatives, Keith Irie, Matt Powell, and Chelsea Beaton of Hope.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Welcome to our post-game show on YourLiveEvent.com. Finley-Sharon Page on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard takes down Enderlin Maple Valley 18-0 and moved to 2-0 on the fledgling season on the back of Zara Carlson, the junior tailback. We'll get some official stats breakdown later. Looks like Leif Bakken talking with co-head coach Larry Fontaine right now. We'll get his post-game comments here shortly. Hopefully we get to talk to Carlson as well as Enderlin Maple Valley head coach Nathan Hoots. Let's break down our score-by-score through the quarters. And no score to report for Enderlin Maple Valley. Shutout in all four periods. However, the scoring took off in the late second quarter. With 7 seconds left to go, a 4-yard scurry by Zara Carlson marks it at 6-0, and it turned into the Carlson show with a 40-yard run by Zara once again at the 9:49 mark in the third, and then later on after a Doug Gear interception at the 5:11 mark, just shortly after that at 3:02, Liam Satcham, Zara Carlson, 44-yard catch and crib call. After the back shoulder catch by Carlson, 18-0. That's all Carlson and the Spartans need, and they win tonight 18-0. Before we talk to Leif Bakken and Coach Fontaine, we have some score updates, I believe, from around the league in the North Dakota area. Looks like the final against Lisbon and Park River. Lisbon Broncos taking the Park River. Another shutout on YourLiveEvent.com, 52-0 in favor of the Broncos. Looks like we have a halftime score at least 29 minutes ago, courtesy of Jerry Peralta at yourliveevent.com. The Squirrels of Central Cass were leading the Thompson Tommies 21-6. Get some more action peeked in on around the league here. Do believe Northern Cass and Oak Grove playing as well. We'll get a score update on that later. A score update for the Grovers and the Jaguars. But your score update right here, a final in favor of Finley-Sharon Page, 18-0 over Enderlin Maple Valley. We come back, we'll break down final stats and hear from both coaches potentially and star players. Don't go anywhere. This is yourliveevent.com, powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone Company.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Let's not waste any time. Final on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. FSHP takes down EMV 18-0. And we just had Leaf Bakken talk to the co-head coach of the Spartans, Larry Fontaine, with his post-game comments.
Leaf Bakken here with coach of the Finley-Sharon Hope Page Spartans, Larry Fontaine. And Larry, big win for you guys, 18-0 over the Falcons here in Enderlin, Maple Valley.
Roger, first of all, I have Andrew Kynes as a co-coach. He does offense. I do defense, and Rob Schnofeld is a great addition. He's our assistant. And yeah, we set some goals, and we thought we'd give up maybe 12 points. First shutout we've had in a long time. Kids played hard, got off the ball, are in great shape. They worked really dang hard, and we're really, really proud of them.
Yeah, they worked really hard, Coach, and we saw Carlson just with an outstanding night, being able to carry that ball. He was able to make a couple catches as well, and just a huge night for him. And, of course, as a junior, that's really big as well.
Yeah, well, next year he'll be playing for Maple, which breaks my heart, And next year we'll be playing, who knows if we'll be coaching, but we'll be with Maple Valley next year. But, yeah, it breaks my heart that we won't have the Finley-Sharon kids, but we're playing for them. We're playing as Spartans this year. We love those kids. We're playing for them. We're playing as a team. We're united. We got a mission. We're united. We're Spartans. We're united.
Good job by the entire team, both offense and defense. We saw the defense really step up in the second half. We talked about that at halftime, where it was a tight go between both teams, but really big job for both sides of the ball in that second half.
Roger, shout out to Liam Satcham. The young man, come on. We had an epiphany at the beginning of football camp. We needed a quarterback. We had Zeiler as quarterback in our team camp in June. And Andrew, we were sitting around, he goes, how about Liam? I'm like, yeah, why not Liam? And look what the young man has done, man. It's his first full playing. And the kid not only played quarterback, came in there and shut him down on defense. Very proud of that young man.
We also saw the Thompson boys. They did a good job on the defensive side, flying around. The whole team on the defensive side flying around, making plays.
Roger, yeah, speed. Speed wins, like we talked about earlier. We gave up 60 pounds, but we can get them off the ball. Speed wins. Hayden Hushka, Zeiler, Cody Reimers, he's a warrior. Cody made some nice tackles. He's a warrior. He played well. Blake Jacobson played great. Dougie Greer, the big interception. Dougie Grier, first action he's had. Okay, great kid.
Well, the next thing up is Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion. What's coming up for them? What have you seen so far? And it's only 2 games. 2-0 starts good.
Yeah, Roger. They're the juggernaut, number 1 team in the state. But you know what? We're going to go and we're going to play them hard. We're going to give them what we can. We're not too shabby either. They're a good team. They're a great team, obviously, number 1 in the state. They got Potts and 85, and I mean they're hard. Last year they kicked the living snot out of us, so we owe them one. You know, it's going to be a tough game. We know it, and we're not too shabby either. We'll play them. We'll give them a game.
Coach Fontaine, final comments on your 18-0 win over Enderlin Maple Valley.
We're just very proud of our boys. They played their hearts out. You don't know how proud I am. We all are proud of them. They did a great job.
Congrats, Coach. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Roger that. Coach Larry Fontaine, co-head coach of Finley-Sharon Page. His post-game comments after his 18-0 victory over Enderlin Maple Valley. Finley-Sharon Page Spartans now 2-0 in the season. Coach Fontaine mentioned it's been a long time since the Spartans have shut out a team. Well, let's bring that up. Last time that occurred, a 50-0, absolutely shellacking, a slobber knocker, if I'm going to quote Coach Fontaine. 50-0, Spartans defeated Drayton way back when on Friday, August 19th of 2016, the last Spartan shutout. As I am now handed the interview with Coach Hoots from Leaf Bach, and we'll talk to him in a second. Let's get another score update around the league on YourLiveEvent.com. A good one between Northern Cass and Oak Grove. Northern Cass lead the Grovers at 26-21 in the fourth quarter. That one on YourLiveEvent.com with Joel Morgan and the crew. Another game going on YourLiveEvent.com include the Central Cass Squirrels and the Thompson Tommies, and the Squirrels are taking care of the Tommies 35-14 in that bout. So a close one between the Grovers and the Jags. We'll see how that one rounds out, and we'll round out our final stats here in a moment. We'll listen to Coach Nathan Hoots' final pregame or postgame thoughts, and after that we'll come back with our final stats of the game.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow. We now have 9 locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, and Harvey. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
After his team's 18-0 defeat against Finley-Sharon Page, let's now talk and listen in with head coach of Enderlin Maple Valley, Nathan Hoots.
Standing here with Coach Nathan Hoots, head coach for the Falcons for Enderlin Maple Valley. Hey, tough go there, taking that loss 0-18. Couple of hard hits. I mean, a lot of things to improve on, but looks like the contain on the outside. Otherwise, you guys hit good, and you got a whole season ahead of you.
Yeah, we do. First off, congrats to Finley-Sharon Hope Page. They're a high-quality football team. We saw it on film, and it just reiterated it even more. They are a top-notch program the last 3 years. They've been real good. So hats off to them. Got some really good players, quality coaches. So, but yeah, we played well all game long. We just couldn't get over the hump offensively. We had some big plays that put us in position to score, but we couldn't finish drives, and that was the key. We turned the ball over, and that's something we always hang our hat on, is not turning the ball over, hanging on to the ball. Every time we're in possession, it's either ending in a touchdown or a punt, and unfortunately we made some plays that aren't uncharacteristic of us, but their pressure forced us to be in that position. So we'll get better. It was a great team to play in a non-region game because we got bullied, and we need to find out how our team's going to respond after getting punched in the mouth. So we'll see. I'm excited for next week already because I want to see if our guys can get up off the mat after getting beat up pretty good.
Coach, do you think there's some fatigue settling in? I mean, it's humid, it's kind of warm out, it's muggy, it's gross, and then when you kind of get your gut punched and you're trying to grab for air, it's a little tough out here.
Yeah, hands on the hips, unfortunately, it was happening early on. But that's what happens when they're controlling the line of scrimmage every single play. And unfortunately, we just got, like I said, punched in the mouth, and it caused us to get tired because we couldn't get off the field defensively in the first half. And when they're dictating tempo the entire half, that put us in a tough spot.
You got to be proud of Cody Gill, though, on the offensive side and defensive side. He did a nice job running around and making things happen.
Yep, Cody is, he likes to call him a bit of a playground player. He likes to turn nothing into something. He did a good job of that. Unfortunately, his big one did get called back. But good things going into next week with some explosive plays that we did not have last week. So looking forward to that.
Clay Hovelson also doing a great job on the defensive side. Trey Wall on the defensive side. looked pretty solid. Just a few things up front that needed correcting, and then of course on the offensive side we saw Wall do a great job. And it's hard when you've got defense coming at you so fast trying to make those plays happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, pressure came up the middle. Trey likes it when pressure comes from the outside when he's got a nice pocket. If he was 6'4" and could sit back there and read a defense looking over the top of his lineman, he'd be better off. But being 5'8" or whatever he is, he likes a clean pocket. So unfortunately, they did a good job of forcing him to have to escape early, and their ends are tremendous. So we just couldn't get any protection to allow us to get any type of a downfield passing game other than a couple passes we hit in the first half.
Griggs Mid-Coda next week. What do you see from this game that needs to be improved on for that game next week?
Well, they got a heck of a running back again, so we're going to have to tackle the way we did, for the most part. I would say about 75% of the plays I was really happy with gang tackling, but we just couldn't string enough of those plays together in a row in order to get off the field. We're going to have to do that again next week because it's the same thing. We're going to see ground and pound all game long, and so I'm excited to see how our defense bounces back, getting a similar look next week.
Coach Hoots, final comments for the night?
0-2. But we still can attain our goals, which is playoffs. Whatever happened tonight does not affect the ability for us to make the playoffs. So we're going to try to get better. And if we do that, we have a great chance of doing that.
Coach Nathan Hoots for the Falcons of Enderlin Maple Valley. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to Coach Nathan Hoots for his post-game final comments, along with Leaf Balkin for grabbing those, as well as Coach Larry Fontaine for Finley-Sharon Hope Page. Your final on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard, FSHP 18, EMV 0. We'll take a quick break and come back with our final stats and final thoughts. Looking forward to next week. Don't go anywhere. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
For over 100 years, Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator, a full-service cooperative, has been growing and adapting with the ever-changing agriculture industry. These strong roots in eastern North Dakota include a dedicated staff of 42 full-time employees. Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator offers a variety of services, including agronomy, sales and service, custom application, grain drying and handling, bulk fuel and oil, tire repair, and light mechanic work. Finley Farmers Grain and Elevator is a buyer of corn, soybeans, wheat, and sunflowers. Learn more by visiting FinleyFarmersElevator.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Final stats here on YourLiveEvent.com. Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. Finley-Sharon Page 18, EMV, Inno Maple Valley 0. Here in week 2 of 9-man football in North Dakota. Let's get to our final stats of the evening. Start off with the winning side, Finley-Sharon Page, a grand total of 334 offensive yards, eclipsing by a country mile and then some of their 180 last season in this game. Top leaders in this game, Zaire Carlson, junior tailback, 143 rushing yards on 26 attempts, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 in the air. Blake Jacobson behind him with 13 rushes for 60 yards. Cody Reamer, 8 yards on 5 carries. Connor Dahl with 4 yards, 1 carry, and 4 yards for Thompson. Zach Thompson with 2 carries. Satcham through the air. Levi Satcham with 5 for 9 outing, 1 touchdown. and 64 yards passing. His receivers included Cody Reamer for 5 and Zaire Carlson for 59. Carlson with 4 grabs as well, pushing his stats and stacking up the stats here tonight. No turnovers for Finley-Sharon Page. A few turnover on downs, but nothing the Spartans couldn't handle. Once again, your final stats for the Spartans on offense, 334 total yards for Finley-Sharon Page. Oh, sorry about that, Lee.
Hey, all good.
The bugs, the mosquitoes are getting to us and absolutely slaughtered you away. I mean, you're not a pest, but you might be on the ride home. Depends on your attitude.
Yeah.
As for Enderlin Maple Valley, their final stats on offense, 108 total for the game, 74 at the half. Finley-Sharon Page showed out and balled out on defense. Only a few sacks to show for it, but they set the tone early on and often. Trevor Wall with 2 total rushing yards on 6 attempts. Cody Gill with 15 yards on 5 carries. Holvison, 13 yards on 7. Rohrbeck, no carries. And Arsef, -2 on 1. Wall passed for 80 yards, 5 for 12, 1 interception. Sealing the freshman, pass 1 for 2 with 1 completion for 6. Evan Richmond, 1 target, no completions, no passing, no receiving yards. Emmerman, 2 grabs, gigantic grabs early on that could have shifted this game if the Falcons kept that momentum going, for 49 yards against Reamer on the outside. Holvison with a big 32-yard grab as well that could have sparked something, for a total of, I believe, his 32 yards and then 3 receptions overall. And then Gill, a -6 catch. All for 108 net offensive yards, 3 penalties against EMV for 25, and 4 against Finley-Sharon Page for 35, make it 40 of their own. We look to next week for both teams. For Finley-Sharon Page, 2-0. They head home for the first time this season at Hope Page High School versus Lemoore Litchfield Marion. The Wolverines come to town on September 3rd. Spartans and the Wolverines, big matchup, as you heard from Larry Fontaine, coming up in the Spartans' home debut of 2021. As for the Falcons of Enderlin Maple Valley, they fall to 0-2, 0-1 at home. Next week they play on September 3rd at 7 p.m., same as Finley-Sharon Page's start time. The Falcons play Griggs-Midcoda at Griggs-Midcoda on the road. Once again, final, Finley-Sharon Page 18, Enderlin Maple Valley nothing. Leaf, before we hit the road and eventually hit the hay, your final thoughts on this game and your live event debut and just the overall atmosphere of Week 2 North Dakota 9-man football.
Well, it's good to be back in 9-man country, that's for sure, Derek. I was spending time out in Montana where I saw a lot of 8, 6, and 11-man. And so if folks aren't familiar with 8 and 6-man, look it up. It's really interesting. 6-man's different ball game, and 8 I didn't understand because I played with 9. And so I enjoy having that extra running back / wide receiver. So that's a big deal for me. And so it's good to be back here. I like this field. I know you talked earlier how Coach Fontaine, coming in as the visiting team, said he didn't enjoy this field. And I can understand it can get rough on that infield of the baseball, but I really like the way this is set up. Got a baseball field, got a football field, vines growing along the fence here. Really nice facility. I'm glad they got a shot of rain to kind of green things up, and it's really sticky. You can kind of tell, I guess, on screen. You can see kind of that haze, the fog around the windows up. Or the windows, the lights up above. So it's just kind of been, my papers are starting to get soaked. It's so humid out right now. So that's the biggest thing, is being able to play in the changing conditions of fall football, Derek. You've got hot days, cold days, humid days, snowy days. I mean, you run it all in the fall, especially in North Dakota and Minnesota. So we'll see what happens there. My thoughts on the game, ultimately, it was great to be able to talk to both coaches. I'm glad you gave me that opportunity. Both of them have heart in this game, and it's great to hear what they're looking forward to and what they want out of this season. And as Coach Hoots said, it's nice that it's out-of-region game, nearby game, though, and so that doesn't hurt them a ton, but it helps kind of gauge where they need to be, and so that's really interesting. Great job by these kids out here, and I hope they get to play a whole season and getting back into the swing of things. Lots of good football out here, hard hits, good hits. We only saw a handful of penalties, which is nice to see, especially early on in the season. We tend to see a lot of penalties, and in my opinion tonight there weren't that many. A couple of just, grammatical things, I guess you could call it. A couple of motions on Finley-Sharon Hope page, and so that, and then maybe clean up a few things here and there. But otherwise, these two teams look really solid, and I look forward to following them and all the other teams in YLE coverage area and in our radio coverage area as well. So great job tonight by both these teams. Glad to be making my debut on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for having us in your homes, folks, and for giving us feedback as well. And we hope to just keep giving you a great product. And as we keep moving forward this fall between volleyball and football, great two teams here, and a good start for a 2-0 Finley-Sharon Hope Page crew. And Coach Larry Fontaine, very proud of that team. Coach Hoots, very proud of his team, but they know they have work to do going ahead.
Almost forgot about the train tracks, the personality of this field as with the baseball field. I can understand and connect with the critique by Larry Fontaine about his players, but from a fan standpoint, it's a beautiful field, it's a beautiful night, and the beautiful game of football, like you said, Leaf Bakken, is going to run the fall. Thank you, Leaf, for making the time this evening, and congrats on your debut. Look forward to many more games with you, my associate and friend. As for myself, Derek Zimmerman-Geyer, thanks for tuning in, like Lee said, and bringing us into your homes and tuning in to Finley-Sharon Page taking care of Enderlin Maple Valley 18-0 on the Keith Irie Pioneer Seed scoreboard. For Leaf Bakken, myself, R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, and Halstead Telephone Company, have a fantastic Friday night and a wonderful weekend here from yourliveevent.com.